Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, the 2nd of July, and that means it's time for the BCiB Grade 1 Open Gender Pennants final from Foster. Today in the semi-finals, we have the teams of Ellen Ryan, Jaden Gebby, Greg Jeans and Aaron Wilson against Jamie Minter, Michael Smith, Lennon Scott and Aaron Sheriff. And joining me this morning is the great Andrew Lynn.
Morning, Ben. Yes, welcome to Foster for the BCiB State Open Pennants Grade 1 semi-finals. What an absolute cracking game this promises to be.
Absolute ripper. We've got on this rink, on your televised rink, we've got Commonwealth Games gold medalists, Australian Open champions. As one of those Australian Open, gold medalist Ellen Ryan just drops through two amazing lead bowls. That's a pretty strong start.
Well, we have both reigning Commonwealth Games gold medals in the singles, and we have the current world indoor singles champion in Aaron Sheriff. Pretty impressive. Lennon Scott playing on this rink as well. Former state singles champion. Michael Smith, of course, played for Curry. Part of Dorso's winning fours team in the state.
So we just could not have asked for a better rink here to play. Of course, Aaron Wilson and Aaron Sheriff played against each other in the pairs at the Australian Open recently, with Aaron Wilson Disco just coming up these last three bowls, the greatest three bowls I reckon, or he said that he's ever played. Nearly better than Lego, but he's done an amazing job in there. I just can't believe we get to sit here and watch this, and again, I'm starstruck.
We look across the rinks and we have the clash between Tim Twining, Brendan Stokes, Jason Stokes and Lee Schreiner. Jason Stokes, of course, former New South Wales player, played a lot of games. Lee Schreiner just won the state champion of champions singles and pairs, has won the world champion of champions. Brendan Stokes, the state junior champion last time with Bailey Meddy, who's playing in the Cabramatta team. They're playing against Jessie Nerona, Karen Murphy, Gary Willis and Carl Healy. You've got four people who have played for Australia on the one rink.
Just amazing.
And we switch over. We've got Sean Richards, Ian Lean, Shannon Giddos and Matt Bowse. Matty Bowse, of course, has been in the Australian squad. And they're up against Ben Moorthorpe, New South Wales under-25 rep, Bailey Meddy, Beau Prideaux, who's in the Australian development squad, and Cody Packer, who's a very, very handy bowler from WA, I believe.
Pretty handy. He's one of my favourite bowlers going around. Perth Sun, a state representative, was and West Australian Bowler of the Year, I believe, as well, actually, in their recent awards.
And over on the other side of this green, we've got Soldiers Point playing Tarrant Point. I think the Point will win that one. Matt Johnson, Bill Ahoy, Terry Antram, Nick Cahill up against Ryan Hansen, Ben McCall, Harley McDonald, Ray Pearce. Soldiers Point, Adam Chaffee, Paul Russell, Warren Shipley, Colin Litfin, playing Chad Grant, Andrew Price, Simon Little and Dave Axon. Daniel Clark, Gavin Kelly, Adam Gleeson, Mick Beasley. Big hit from Lennon. Playing Steve Gaffney, Kyle Hansen, Nathan Bush and Ali Forsyth. So what a lineup of skippers we have too there.
So one of the points is going to win, and I guess that's the point over there, and we're going to make that pun all day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not prepared for that, that's a shame.
I'm backing Aaron in this game.
Yeah, one of the Aarons, whichever one you choose, double A or single A.
And there's the other Aaron making a comment too. Average skips. Surely could have found a better game. It's easy if you'd been here. Yeah. We might have put you on there.
Yeah, it's easy. I had a bit of fun dealing with all the Aarons up at the Australian Open the other week. Power name we were discussing. Well, Disco's just pushed that one a little back. But
just gone through, I think. Happy. But they're happy.
Just a quick comment on the weather as Omar puts his down on his backhand. There is some cloud cover today. It's not as bright. You'll see everyone wearing jackets. It's a bit chilly. that wind that we've had over the last couple of days is fairly strong out there this morning. The flags are certainly standing up out the front. Omar's bowl pretty good. It's rolled down, and it's up and down is the call. Magic fingers out already. First 10, these guys are up and about for this game.
The forecast for Sunday for mid-north coast area, which is Foster, partly cloudy, patches of morning frost about higher ground, slight chance of a shower along the coastal fringe, near zero chance elsewhere. Wind west to southwest 15 to 20, turning south to southwesterly in the middle, then becoming light in the late afternoon.
Oh, Disco following this down. He wants it to run.
13 to 19. Certainly feels closer to the 13 at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. We get the feels like man out, and it's not warm out there, I can assure you. Yeah, Scotty Rainbow there, open for a Terrace versus Soldiers Point. Final local derby would be massive for Port Stephens. Yeah, it'd be quite amazing, I agree. And we'll see how this goes. These are power clubs here.
I'm always reminded of Willie Mason's comment about the Queensland crowd when the Novocastrians become rather parochial. Willie called the Queensland crowd redneck nutbag Queenslanders.
Really? Willie Mason. It does sound like something that Willie would say. Measures out immediately for this end.
I always think of that as the passion that the Novocastrians have about the Newcastle area. And I mean that as a good thing.
So it looks like Cabra's picked up at least one there. I just suggest it's only one. Yep, one it is after the first end of Cabramatta. And these players, I can tell you, walking around the club this morning, the players were up and about. Soldiers Point got here first as one unit. They sat and had their breakfast, which is why you'll see the photo on Facebook there of only them. They were the ones that were here when I was running around taking the photos. And all the other teams turned up in drabs. I think Soldiers Point have really keen for the contest and embracing that team environment. And while everyone was out for their huddles, they'd arranged a photo shoot. So I'm interested to see how Soldiers Point goes over there against the mighty Tarrant Point team. The players are there, all their supporters are there on the other side of the rink, covered in blankets because it is pretty chilly. Look at those lead bowls. Alan Ryan and Ben Moorthorpe.
Well, what have I've been banging on? Don't fall short as a lead. Absolutely perfect. Jamie Minter.
Where's Jamie Minter?
Jamie's the lead there, I think. Not fine. Team. Let's try the other game. Team 3. Yeah, Jamie Minter.
Yeah.
Very well credentialed player. Current in the Newcastle zone side. Very well regarded amongst the Novocastrians. Great bowl from Jaden Gebby. Started his bowling career with Warilla. Started a greenkeeping apprenticeship at Fig Tree and then snapped up by Cabramatta.
We'll have to go look at the team sheets there. The guy's saying it's not Jamie Minter. I'm still, I can tell you all the South Coast players. I still haven't got around.
Maybe the Terrace have just shuffled their teams around.
Most of these guys, yeah, maybe there's been a shuffle. Well, certainly listed on the program here, Ben Moorthorpe was listed for...
yeah, they swapped Benny and Ellen around at the beginning of the competition.
Yeah, and so I'll have to go out and find out.
well, Josh Bell. Also very well regarded. Josh, up-and-coming young bowler. Did very well in the indoor qualifying a few years ago. Lennon Scott looking for a little bit of contact on the shot bowls here. Just gone under the line. And Disco calling Greg Jeans backhand just to match the bowls behind. Greg Jeans, of course, was in the state under-25 side. Very well regarded. Lennon Scott right on track. Little 1-2 to get the shot. Very well played. Soldiers Point's got the opening shots in their clash to lead 2-0.
All right, I'm back. Yep, can confirm that's Josh Bell leading. They changed that yesterday, so the program needs a little update. And Joel, yeah, it is on YouTube. We've got the feed going there, not a problem at all. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, when I walked out, I can assure you that it is freezing out there. It is icy cold, and there's a few drops of rain. You can't see on the camera; it's really thin, but it's definitely there. Look at this display of bowls here. I've just come back and saw this head. Look at Aaron Wilson chasing it down, that one-eyed stare. Oh, what a fantastic bowl just to roll in and touch. Doesn't get any better than that. He's an absolute freak of a human being. That's amazing. But he's playing against another absolute legend. And let's see how the other Aaron manages to get into this. He's coming down that side, had a good look. He's bounced off and just missed the jack. What a fantastic effort there. Aaron Wilson has claimed one shot there for Cabramatta. And they're kicking on the big boards, looking good for Cabra as well. Of the champions we've got on this rink, I can't see it being anything but a close game. But then I said that yesterday as well.
Well, 8-0 after 4 on the big board.
Goodness me, 8-0 after 4. Yeah, that's all three rinks. Hood's going up, coming off. This sun's just breaking through a little gap in the cloud, but I can tell you it's, apart from that, it's about 90% grey cloud above us. Ellen Ryan's first one was a bit long and wide. Shouldn't make the same mistake twice. And look at them ride every single bowl from the lead through to the skip. They're really keen. They're really well within. They know the importance of the entire team and celebrate their victories really well.
I can see a very interested spectator just on the side of the green there. Our bin chicken.
That's it. We do have a avian visitor, dinosaur-looking things.
An ibis, for those who are not familiar with the urban vernacular of a bin chicken. It's just a shame we've corrupted them to like sitting on our refuse.
Jaden Gibby's bowl just running through all the way to the back. What's Jaden's bowl here? My apologies. That was Michael Smith. Yeah, really good shot there. Cabra bowlers all over this early.
Yeah, look, I think Gary Willis would have a big influence on the side here. The current Australian coach and assistant coach in this side, Karen Murphy, of course. You mentioned the great bowlers, and we've failed to mention Karen Murphy. Just says how many absolute legends are in this side and on our green. But one of the things Gary pushes and makes sure happens is a good culture within a squad, and I'm sure that's flowed into the Cabramatta squad. It's all about building a squad of players who get along together and play their part as a team member or side member.
Exactly right. It's sometimes in bowls an underrated thing, playing with people you like and feel comfortable with, and staying positive is such an important part. Whoosh, that's just run through again. They're on this straight away. Both teams. It's we've seen over the last couple of days taking a little bit of adjustment just in the first couple of ends to get getting close and getting tight. These guys are on it immediately, and it's just absolutely fantastic to watch. Just trying to push this green one around. Settled there at the back next to Alan Ryan's bowl. Might be a handy one. It's Lennon Scott. What is it you said to me this morning? Underrated bowler?
Lennon's very solid.
He had a really good day yesterday. I was speaking to one of the guys there from Raymond Terrace. A good photo of him running up the green too, but he's oh, come on, Ellen, you think he'd be you're on the camera rink better than that? I was about to mention that these guys are all pretty familiar with how the camera rink works. They're all such knowledgeable, experienced bowlers. You wouldn't often see a lead out there giving advice. All four of them as a team are having a good discussion.
So she's well aware, but she's in there for the view of the position of the head. And no one could ever accuse Disco wasting time on the mat.
Oh no, just on and goes. Yeah, same as Ryan Bester's another one. He's run through on that one. You can see what he was attempting to do. Well, maybe they were looking at where... Oh, he's just run into the ditch. Maybe they were looking at where Jack's likely to go should Aaron have a heavy shot. I've got to stop saying Aaron. Let's run with Omar. And he's had a pretty good go at this draw. Is it going to fall in front? It may have. It looks pretty close. They'll have a good look.
I don't know. I think the blue one might still have it. I think Alan Ryan's bowl might still have it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And Disco. Well, I wonder if he's just trying to give it an up and over on his own bowls here.
He's got.
He was just trying to draw around.
That's a really great bowl anyway.
Good home.
Yeah, falling over like that. Falling around the outside of those wing bowls like that's an amazing thing to be able to do.
Look, these players, they would know each other's game fairly well as well. I'm sure the two Aarons have had plenty of games against each other. And Teasy jumping on and mentioning a fact that Aaron Sheriff was part of the PLQ winning side, the Queensland Premier League, and the Victorian Premier League. So if the Jets do manage to go on and be successful, he'd be the Eastern Seaboard pennant champion.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Teasy. That's a good stat, mate. Well done.
I tend not to really follow the Queensland or Victorian results. I always think I've got enough to worry about with New South Wales.
I was having a chat with Omar yesterday. He said he's freezing cold and really happy that he's living up in Broadbeach now. He's never been more happy with his move up there. Oh, great start by Ryan there. But you can understand why, because it is freezing cold. But yeah, he's up in Queensland, and I certainly don't follow them as much as I should, and being very New South Wales focused.
That's a great reply from Josh Bell. You see, Ellen won't do anything silly here. She'll just be looking to get another one there or thereabouts, just past the jack. Oh, I've talked her up too much, obviously.
Still close, still be handy, but you're right, she would have, I think, preferred to be back.
Look, it's 45 centimetres short.
We're getting picky, aren't we? Is that metric you used? That's unusual for bowlers.
I've seen the decimal system, metric system came in after I was born.
Oh, there you go.
Well, before I was born, I should say. No, just something that has lingered, though. Anyone of our vintage who uses feet and inches probably is a bowler. Doesn't happen anywhere else.
Very rare.
Oh, Greg Jeans disappointed with that one.
I'm just looking at the weather radar because those clouds are looking ominous out to the left-hand side of the screen, but and they're coming from the left to right, but there's no rain on the radar anywhere near us. So maybe just a cold, cloudy, blustery day. An unusual, really short bowl there.
And it's a picket fence.
And immediately cracked into, got in his own way. Wouldn't be happy with that.
Lennon, of course, another state singles champion. There was a massive crowd at the club for that final because he was playing against Aaron Sheriff at Ettalong. That was a cracking game.
Oh, wow, they got pumped all the way up that bowl just then.
And Lennon actually said there was a little bit of a family tie to Ettalong from his family as well, so that was a very special win for Lennon. I actually think Lennon became a better bowler after winning the state singles because he just seemed to have that pressure off his shoulders. He announced that he was good enough. Does a great job as the coordinator at Raymond Terrace with Matty Bouse as well. Terrace, the hangar, the home of the state rookies finals. And for those looking for entries for the rookies, they'll be available very soon.
So how are we looking here? I think covers that sitting right there on the jack. Sorry, I've just moved my microphone around. Oh, I'm trying to move some stuff in the front or clear that bowl off the jack there. Aaron Wilson having a good look. Yeah, Greg Jean's having a great bowl with his first. Sitting there right next to Jack, and here comes his next. Looks a little wide, but I get the feeling he's, well, no, definitely going for cover there. That's where Jack's going, should it move, and that's a fantastic shot.
Well, if you can remember that when Grease was the top movie, or Bee Gees were on the top with Staying Alive or Night Fever, you probably fit into the category to be eligible to play in the over 40s pairs. Entries are now open. Played in 19th and 20th, 18th, 19th of August. Whatever the Saturday and Sunday is. Mid-August. Jump on the Bowls New South Wales website, check it out. Get in and get entered. Or even if you're of a slightly older vintage, you'd still be eligible.
Or even younger than that. And let's, what was I thinking? What did we say yesterday? Top Gun? I'm thinking Clerks 2.
Or
what else? Empire Records. These are 90s era movies.
If you had In Excess the Swing, you're probably in that era.
Metallica's Black Album.
Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms. Everybody had a copy of that.
All right. Aaron Wilson's bowl just down on his back end here with Omar falling just a little bit short, and so has Aaron. It's interesting coming this way that there's a couple of short bowls. It's a fairly remarkable head.
I'll make a postulation on that.
Oh, postulation.
The breeze, what it is, would be just pushing the bowls a little bit going away from the clubhouse, but coming towards us. No real breeze because it's tucked in behind the clubhouse. Could be wrong.
So the big board score over there is 10-4 at the moment. So the Jets have picked up a couple. Oh, punching bowls through was Omar there, but yeah, Cabramatta another one. I'm just sticking to that one and one the whole time, like the Australian cricket team last night. And on the other side of the board, because I know there's... Oh, I'll have to put the zoom on this just to make sure I can see that properly.
5-4 after 8.
So immediately close in the battle of the points over there on the left-hand side of the green. And Ryan running about standard length, about 3/4. Medium length, as a lot of people would put it.
One of us is going to have to say it eventually.
Go for it.
Our final will not be pointless.
Just run with the puns, man.
I feel like slapping myself for saying so.
Make the viewers cringe. That's what we're all about.
And we do hope you're enjoying our broadcast of the 2022-23 BCiB Open State Pennants. We are bringing you the Grade 1 semi-final live from Foster Bowling Club.
Oh, Ellen chasing a bowl down there, having a good look, willing it to turn. And it just hasn't, but she's got great weight, so she's probably... Well, she's definitely got one shot there.
We have 2 Commonwealth Games singles gold medalists and 2 New South Wales state singles champions on the one rink. Actually, I'll have to check whether Aaron Sheriff has won the singles. I'm sure he has.
So Mike Smith just putting his a little long. It'll still be handy. Greg Jeans waving his arms around, willing his bowl to turn, and it really hasn't, but it doesn't matter. They're holding to their Cabaret, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if Mike's big white speckled bowls there, the Picassos, can run through and just jumped into that gap. No damage, and pushing one back's pretty handy. Aaron Wilson identifying that and calling his teammate down there on the windward side to match up those back bowls. Gail George there watching from Western Australia. It's a big place. It'd be interesting to see where from. The old mate Cody Packer's over on the other side of the green here. Oh, that's a fantastic shot. Look at that. Tucked it away. They'll be holding 5 there now on that side. Wowee.
And answering my own question, yes, Aaron Sheriff, 2017 state singles champion.
Lining up for a big shot here. 5 shots in there. Over on that side, he's turning in and scattered them. I still think Cabra's one up, but that's a great shot by who threw
Lennon?
that one? Yeah, Lennon. That was great.
Lennon's ripped out
Scott.
4 of them. That's the danger at this level, holding a big count. They don't miss many.
Yeah, just a cluster of bowls there. I don't think he could have done that much better. Just the skill. He's calling it down, but that doesn't get any better than that. No target, sitting just behind Jack, holding shot. Fantastic.
Well, that's the reason that Cabramatta recruited Greg Jeans and has him playing third. It's not too badly down. It's just going to hold.
Yeah, just same thing as yesterday on this rink. There's a little spot there where the wind seems to gust through and just push a bowl out. They don't bend as naturally as you'd expect. They look like they're turning.
A couple of people have said this. It's still a little bit tricky on this rink. Having watched a fair bit of bowls on this rink, I think I would probably choose to play this hand that Disco is at the moment. I just think it's on the windward side, it's a little more reliable.
All right. The two legends cross and head up to the mat. They had a good chat with each other this morning. They're good mates on from the Australian squad, and everywhere they play, they often end up playing against each other. The sun's just poked through a little bit there. Here comes Disco. Again, that one-eyed sideways stare, watching his bowl go down, and that's just fantastic. You know he's happy with his shot when he's pausing on the green there and turning his head sideways just a bit. Omar turned his back on that immediately. He's not happy at all. Three. Cabramatta's got 3 out of that end. And surely some signs of panic here from Raymond Terrace. There's a long way to go in the game, of course, but that's not the position these guys would want to be in. 7 blot down after 5 ends.
Oh, I don't think Aaron Sheriff will panic.
I know. He's not. Didn't look happy though. Flicked his cloth around a bit. His playing schedule is huge though. If you've ever seen how many bowls this guy plays, the report from the AO saying he played 17 games in 4 days or something like that. That's almost too many.
It is a lot.
We got Sean Ingham saying it's not a fun green to play on. Yeah, could be right. I'm not going to disagree. You got more experience than me, but I'd love to play on it. At the moment, the greens here are pretty amazing. It's just it's tough with that wind blowing directly across the green. And the lead's a little wide here. It's the probably the most open hand we've seen from these two so far after on the 6th end.
Well, just to gauge the talent on display here, you have to go back to 2009 to find a state singles champion that wasn't at this event.
Oh, that's amazing as well. That's an amazing stat.
The last ones that weren't at this event, and then we missed 3 years where Michael Anderson of Ballina, Corey Daly of Park Beach, and Leif Selby, of course, was at St John's Park at the time. Leif's in New Zealand. Corey's still at Park Beach. Mick Anderson, he's playing in the twos for Ballina. So, Kenta Treacher, Ben Twist, Matty Bouse, Ray Pearce, won a heap in there, Matt Peterson, Lennon. Wow. They've just dominated it between them. Ray's has won several state singles in that time.
So Michael Smith there just running through and sadly splitting those bowls on the side and pushing Ellen Ryan in. So definitely one shot there to Cabra at least. No, definitely only the one shot.
Nothing in the other games, now 8-7 after 11.
It says 8-0 on the board there, but that doesn't.
Must have been a 4 last end.
Yeah, it looked like a 3, but had to have been a 4. I'll go run down and check with the scorers in a second and have a look. Like to keep our boards the same.
Just waiting to check on the third rink across. Lennon just going to hold a little wide with the speed. Once again, it's the light blue bowl in there. Ellen Ryan playing fantastic lead bowls. We've seen great bowls from all of the players on this rink so far. Disco also just holding out. We're a little bit tighter on that hand with the breeze, even with the shelter from the clubhouse. Aaron Sheriff close, gets the jack, but pumps it into Ellen Ryan's bowl. Rather unlucky. Well, they're looking at where they need to protect. Maybe even just get a little touch on it himself, take away that shot for Aaron Sheriff. He's just going to hold a little bit on the wide side again. In the area though. And Sheriff looking to reach again, got a nice tight line, looks very close, and he's very close, just going to slide underneath. One more to the Bullants. Well, it's a 9-0 lead after 6 ends. And the big board out to 18 shots to 4. Tarrant Point just got the advantage in the last few ends on the other side. Jumped out to an 11-9 lead after 14 ends. Still just 2 shots in that. Oh, Ellen, fantastic weight again. Just held a little. We have a fair crowd gathered along the edges of the green and behind the fence watching on. Good effort from Josh Bell, just a little on the shy side. Ellen not worried about that bowl. Just going to slide around it, yes. Good home. Do think we'll see Jaden Gebby play his forehand. Of course, that's the other side of the green for the left-hander. Josh Bell, well, he's corrected his grass and still just left it that bit short. Jaden is playing left-hander, forehand. Wants to come around that last bowl. Would be happy to swoop down and get a toucher on the jack. And he is around it. Just gone underneath the jack. Michael Smith, he'll be happy to play the 4. Well, he's going to come backhand as well. Just trying to draw. Wouldn't mind touching Josh's bowl as well. But would be happy to finish behind just to make it a bit harder for Cabramatta. That's best back. Won't change the intent for Cabramatta though. They'll still be looking at that left-hand forehand draw. Exactly what Jaden's playing. He's going to be just to the back as well. Very fast players. Did see in the end zone. That's a great bowl from Michael Smith. We did see in the end zone Disco and his opponent agree not to play any trial ends, and they were finished well and truly in advance of the others and played their 21 ends in, well, not much more than 2 hours. Absolute racehorses. They were done and dusted not long after 11 o'clock. Oh, good effort from Greg Jeans. I think might still be one down, and you can see Aaron Sheriff indicating Lennon Scott pilot between his own two. Can sit the Greg Jeans bowl, but just probably more looking just to get a little shimmy off the bowl, tuck the jack in around behind Michael Smith's. He's on a great line to do that. Doesn't even need the shimmy, just a little toucher. Brilliant bowling. High fives from the teammates, justifiably so.
Yeah, that's an amazing bowl. Just a really, really deft touch there. Very impressive bowling.
Played the very good option too. That weight, if he was just that inch or two wider, did get the little nick off the green bowl and get a similar result.
That's right. All the percentage was there for him.
A similar bowl now for Greg Jeans. I do think he's just going to be under the line. But, well, that's not too bad a result, though. He's just knocked Josh Bell's bowl off the centre line. Cabramatta 2-1 in the catching pen there. Aaron Sheriff noted that and said to Lennon Scott, just around match the blue stickered bowl there at the back, which is Jaden Gebbies. That's going to come to a pretty good home, but just, I think it even counts. You know, they've actually preferred one behind there, but I can guarantee that Disco won't be short. He'll be looking for a little bit of contact on the centre bowl there, the centre line bowl. The jack back a metre or so. Just like that. Could be holding as many as 3. That's exactly why Aaron Sheriff indicated that bowl would be a good target to draw to. He's just gone through. I'm not sure whether it's 1, 2 or 3. The only question is will Disco play his backhand and just try and get down around?
Yeah, that's the shot around to that bowl just off the jack there. He's pretty wide, but there has been the wider hand. He's waiting for it to drift. Will it swoop in enough? Doesn't look like it. No, it's just going to fall back at the back there. And Omar,
he didn't want to leave anything as a sider for Aaron Sheriff. Not that Aaron really needs a sider.
They're very keen there for the lads just jumping in our view, squatting. Oh, that's a great bowl around the outside there. So, Soldiers point off.
Terrace off the duck.
Excuse me, Terrace off the duck. Got the points on the brain.
Well, Soldiers getting the point battle at the moment. They've just scored unanswered shots to go to a 14-11 lead after trailing 11-9. Big board now at 21 shots to 6 after 17 ends.
And a big change in mat length. They've gone T to T. Very much T to T. It doesn't get any longer than that. And Josh Bell dropping his about a metre short, which, to be honest, after that length, I'm not, with that kind of length change, that's not a bad bowl, but Ellen Ryan, my goodness, the skills on this young lady.
Well, the last end in this direction too, we did see a few short bowls as well, so just wonder if there's a little difference in the two directions with the wind or even with perception from the angle of the sun.
He's not short this time. There's Jack, and he's cut it away off the tee. That's a great adjustment and a great bowl by our mate Josh Bell. Well done, young man.
That would have been a great bowl even if he didn't get the connection with the jack, just because it was behind and in the area. Ellen
just rolling to where Jack was, sadly. She didn't quite adjust to the extra, oh, geez, was that couple of feet that Josh has put on the jack. Mike Smith running through a bit. We'll get the jack, though. That's a fantastic bowl. Tucked it away beautifully. That's the smallest possible target, and hard to see now.
That is a brilliant result.
Yeah.
Gave it every chance. Oh, Jaden, it looked good till the last bit. Just ran out of puff. Look, sometimes you'd rather be your bowler finish in the ditch than fall short. Michael Smith. Oh, it's another counter. So Jaden needs another metre. To tighten her up a little bit. Get down near the jack. Oh, he just crashed on Ellen's bowl. It just got enough slide to get in for third shot. Second shot, third shot.
Second shot. I like that.
The big thing here for Cabramatta is get them close so that you build up the head something to play for. Because it's going to be very difficult to outdraw those two that are there. But if you've got a couple in the shelf, you give Greg Jeans with his second bowl or Aaron Wilson with either the chance to just reach, get a little edge and come in.
There's no heavy shot on really there at all. That almost slips cord in the bowls there in front of the little cluster, in front of the head there. Will stop them breaking that apart. So it must be a draw.
Look, a forehand draw, and you're making sure you get past. And if you happen to get Jaden Gebby just on the back, push him towards the jack. And if you just miss, you're sliding in behind and getting position. That one's just on the delicate side as well. The change in length so far has worked for Raymond Terrace.
It really has, hasn't it? And that's just a demonstration of how you can take charge of a game where that first bowl leads is so important. And the jack is the first bowl. Really good shot here. And it's rolled over. That's fantastic bowling. Applause all round. Lennon Scott really showing the potential that you told me about first thing this morning, Andrew.
I think there's some very good bowlers in this Terrace side. Sometimes I think they just need to believe that they're good bowlers.
Yeah, belief is important. Confidence. There's a little bit. Ellen's bowl just rolled forward there after that shot, so there is a little bit of an opportunity for a crack there on that side. That is the wider hand, so the bowl, even at speed, will bend a bit. That's a tough shot.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Aaron Wilson go pretty quick. I think there is a line straight to the third shot bowl. And he'd be looking to say, well, you know what, I'm good enough to get rid of all three of those with one smack. The only thing is you don't want to get both of your own out at the front.
And he's heavy. Goodness me.
He's going for it. I think he's under the line.
He's cracked everything. Just a bit of an apology there from the camera bowler for getting in the way of the head. That was funny.
Got excited.
As they do. It's an exciting game, big game. And Omar just finishing it at the front there. Let's see if Disco's got another shot that side. Bit of a
I think we'll see. Well, I don't know if the whack's really on now.
Yeah, they're having a long discussion.
There's a little bit of an argument going on the Facebook page about footwear. Footwear is not limited to the Bowls Australia approved shoes. The Bowls Australia approved shoes merely indicates that the footwear is permitted to be worn in all events. Footwear that is compliant with the requirements is allowed to be worn. And there are plenty of people who get a pair of Nike or other shoes and get them resold.
Oh, jeez, what a crack. Probably got a bit of luck there hitting that wing bowl, but certainly played just to move things around.
Still 3 though.
Still 3 to Raymond Terrace. And another good end, that long end, that change of length is a big deal. But yeah, people get quite heated over the issue of shoes. It's I think some of the more pedantic arguments are a bit rough. Is they're not out there wearing heels, not punching holes in the turf. And certainly some people with need orthotics, and we want everyone to be able to play the game. And if the bowl shoes that are out there, which can be quite a limited selection, don't suit, then I prefer the people playing in some nice shoes.
The important thing is that they don't have sharp edges and they don't have pronounced grip. That they're basically a flat sole, heelless. The days of the old Julius Marlowe that were dead flat are gone. And that's a very good thing because they were exceptionally slippery on wet concrete and very easy to slip over. So, and that's the last I think we'll say on the footwear now.
Understood. Oh, first one straight in the ditch by Ellen. Oh, both of them actually have they've chucked their first bowls in the ditch. And I think your theory there is correct, mate. It's faster one way than the other. Because of the wind?
Yeah. And look, the sun's on a little bit of an angle as well. You can see from the shadows. I just wonder if the grass fibres are just standing towards the sun a little bit. I know that used to happen on the Cooch greens I played on the south coast, which are slightly broader leaf green. Grass, I should say. It could also be perception. You're looking up into the sun, it can look further away or closer. But they are very quickly corrected.
Oh, it's very rude of me. Someone's asked if Andrew, if you could introduce me, I'll take that privilege if that's all right. My name's Ben Crixtolitis. Or Benny Two Shoes if you can't say my surname. I'm a South Coast local from play out of Huskisson, and I've just joined New South Wales as to help out with the sports team and in the commentary. And I'm sure I'll meet you all at your club really soon.
Yeah, we'll be, and it'll be an extra pair of hands on the sports team over the next month or so, where we're absolutely chockers with events for the next month.
And I'll also be doing your bowls link, ladies and gentlemen. That's my big thing. What a great shot there, and a big big celebration from Mike Smith. He's happy with those two bowls, and so he should be there. As good as you get from a second. But yeah, I'll come to your club and help you out with your bowls link. But once I'm settled and we can work out a routine to do that.
That part of your role will be expanded out in the coming months.
Oh yeah,
probably
definitely.
The best way to put it.
That's exactly right. And so, second shot drawn there by Jaden, and that's a pretty good result in the end. We're just crashing in. Those two bowls there by Mike Smith were fantastic.
Lennon, an attacking line. Well, that was a great effort from Lennon Scott. Just a bit unlucky not to get a better result there. Just tickled it across. But he may have made shot. The Picasso, do you reckon he's pushed it closer?
I think the Picasso's still holding, but yeah, goodness.
I thought he was going to push it right onto the shot bowl and stay for a multiple.
What's your opinion, and this is an opinion because we like aero bowls, on the Picasso? They're a bit, can be a bit divisive. Oh, good shot.
They look like someone's been driving on a rubber back screen.
That's a good call.
But I love seeing a bit of character on the greens. I love to see 8 very different bowls on the green when we're playing a game of fours. One thing is that I can tell whose bowl's who.
Not all. This is an interesting shot here. What's the result? Oh, I picked up.
No, that's a great effort.
Back for 2. That's great bowling. Called in by Skip there on that shot and played it perfectly. The perfect weight just to push Jack back for 2.
Well, it was a great call and a great execution. Greg Jean's backhand draw now. I like this call from Disco. That bowl is just about jack high. You've got a few chances there to come in and sit on. He's just going to be under. That was good weight for the shot, though, I think.
He's run wide, but that's ended up in a really good spot for the shot that Disco's likely to be playing here. Let's say 13 all over there after 20.
No, 18-13 to Soldiers.
18-13 to Soldiers. My eyes aren't good at that distance in the sun.
I think I have an advantage over you on that one.
You're wearing glasses.
Yeah, I can actually see with the glasses on. I'll take the glasses off and it's blur versus blur. Oh, I can't even see the scoreboard now without the glasses.
Hidden amongst the cars. I think that's my problem with the glare there. Oh, look, Omar's just trying to potentially play the shot before Disco does. Oh, excitement there from the third. Really good effort, and it's hung up on the bank.
Yeah, I think that's a good tactic from Sheriff.
I'd agree. Aaron Disco's playing heavy, or quite strong weight, and just running straight into the ditch a little bit.
So what Sheriff is trying to do is just to reach to the almost jack high bowl If he gets the inside, he runs in behind the jack and just takes away the shelf, that takes away the target. If he gets it on the outside, he rolls it in. If he gets it on the inside, he rolls in. If he gets it in the middle, he is unlikely to stay on the same spot.
Oh, mate,
so that's what he wanted.
Great bowling.
So it's just taken away that opportunity now. And while he was holding a couple of good shots, and look, you might hold him playing against a mug like me, you would back Aaron Wilson to hit that one every time, and you just don't give him the opportunity. So you hear the top players talk about changing up ahead, even though they're holding 2, 3 or 4, just to tighten it up. And sometimes they're happy to change it up and only hold 2, because it's a better 2 likely to hold on to it. And in a context of a game like this, 2 is often absolute gold. Cody Packer has pushed his lead out on the far rink to 12-2 after 7. The Lee Schreiner Carl Healy battle. Carl's actually pushed out to a lead as well. It's now 8-3 after 7. And it was 3 to Raymond Terrace on this rink. So it's 9-7. So from the original... Well, let's try putting that in the correct hole so we don't show an extra end. So from a 9-0 lead, we're back to 9-7. But Cody Packer's rink has gone out to a 10-shot lead to maintain the buffer. It's 29-12 after 23 ends. So Cabramatta, you'd have to say, not cruising, but certainly...
Well, they've got the distinct advantage we're about a third of the way through.
Yeah, just past the 1/3 mark.
Both players, both the initial lead bowls on this rink, pulling in a little bit short.
And if we use the Shipley theory, all 3 rinks will be won by Cabramatta because they've led after 7 ends.
Shippo looking very serious this morning as he turned up. Unusual for him not to be joking around a little bit, but smile on Ellen's face here, but I think she's...
I think it's a wry smile rather than a happy
wry
smile.
Yeah.
Well, Ellen does something I won't do.
Run down the green?
Yes. Or not every end anyway. Jaden Gebby playing backhand. I have to stop and think about it every time a left-hander plays. He's played that pretty well. The change in length has just seemed to make the players just struggle a little bit.
Yeah, look, it's tough out there. That breeze is pushing across. It's different conditions today than I think it has been the last couple of days that have been pretty regular. But that breeze has come up very quickly. It's colder. The sun's not out. Just small changes, but it's enough on a pretty quick green to really make a mess. Oh, celebrations around Cabra.
Yeah, 2 pretty good efforts from Jaden.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those ones where he hasn't drawn a resting toucher, but 2 very effective bowls.
It's good to see everyone here on the live stream. I'm enjoying having you all watching. Big numbers today, and if you're out there, let me know where you're from. know there's a lot of international viewers here. Bowls tragic like both of us.
And the former guru of CHS bowls, Gavin Holborn, commenting as Lennon Scott plays an absolute gem. 3 of the players on this rink have also won the New South Wales CHS singles. Ellen in 2011, Greg Jeans in 2013, and 2016, Jaden Gebby. Well, Lennon, can he repeat his previous bowl? Plenty of support amongst our viewers for both sides. The Bullants or the Jets. And it's another good effort from Lennon. That's right in the catching area. And you see the indication from Greg Jeans from Disco.
Oh, wow, we've got people from Newcastle and Maitland here. It's almost worth the trip up for the final. Wouldn't you agree, Andrew?
Would be.
And Karalee in Queensland, Rutherford in New South Wales. I like Rutherford, that's a great little town. It's good to see people from all around the country and all around the state watching.
Well, I've also got to have a reply to Russ Taylor. No player from another state got dispensation to play in this event. They've all played the required number of matches in this grade to qualify. They're all eligible to play. So anyone who wants to have a crack at the state match committee over that, you are completely and utterly unfounded. Cool. And you are just coming from your own base of being biased by your own situation. So the conditions of play were unilaterally applied equally to everybody. The super clubs who have the money to pay the big names do drive our sport and support our sport. You'll find that those employed by the big clubs like Cabramatta and Wirrallah actually have to do some work. They might have some pretty favourable work conditions in that they're given plenty of time to go and represent and whatever else.
Well, that's good. Here we go. Here's Disco having a crack at the head, and he's done it beautifully, and Jack has gone out of bounds. It was a little slow getting out there, but that's a great shot by Disco. Fantastic. He was down on that one. Celebrations all around from the Cabra team, and that's what we expect from a champion of the game like that. Magnificent. And it is, yeah, and Ken and Noeline Ingram, yeah, it is great to see a couple of Aussie champs go, or a few Aussie champs going head-to-head. Ken Ingram from Mount Morgan. Now, I'm not familiar with Mount Morgan. I have to find out where that is. Mount Morgan, nearly there. So, Raymond Terrace get the jack back again, and once again go T to T. It seems to be a little bit quicker this way. Mount Morgan's up near Rockhampton. Oh, and Port Arlington and Rosewood in Queensland. Beautiful. Glad you're all here. Oh, Mick Cooper from Bali. Still in Bali. Poolside, I assume. Ellen Ryan just willing her bowl across back to the line. Run a little bit long. Oh, actually, no, it's more like Jack High. Live, it looks, through the window, it looks long, but on the camera, obviously, it's only a few inches behind.
And I'll guarantee that our Port Arlington watcher, Gary Brooks, is also keenly following the action at Charlestown, willing the Wagga Rules Wolves.
Thanks, Gary. David, from Fife in Scotland. Oh, I tried a Scottish accent there. I won't do that again. I do apologise. Here comes Ellen Ryan. Just played a little bit heavier that time. Got one back. Had the advantage at the moment with Raymond Terrace.
Michael Smith. Is that ride the wind down to the jack?
Yeah, and his line's perfect. He's pulled up a couple of feet long. Well, that's in a really good spot, considering they are holding shot. And Jaden just pushing his bowl forward there, trying to blow it forward, and he's done extremely well. What a shot. Just to push pretty much a bare jack across off the line and capture the shot and take away the score from or take away the advantage from Raymond Terrace there. Mike Smith likes this. He's following it down closely. Has he got the jack? Oh, he's grabbed it clean. That's a great shot by him as well. And kicked it across to his lead bowls. Looks like for one shot to the Jets.
Well, it might even be two with his own at the bottom there.
Yeah, it's hard to see it from here. We've got just an exceptional bowl. Absolutely amazing.
Ellen Ryan's bowl at the back there would be second shot. Shot bowls just in Disco's shadow. Jaden, if he can get through that, he's just going to crash. Has he moved that bowl enough just to open the path up to the shot bowl?
That's a good question. He's gone. Oh, he looks like he's lining up heavy.
No, that's just Lennon.
That's just Lennon. Very good.
Lennon has that nice strong arm swing in his setup, and you think, oh, he's going to drive, and then nope, he's drawing.
He's pushed it. Oh, he's pushed.
He
pushed
is a little
hard.
bit heavy, but
yeah, he was looking to just probably get under.
If it stays up, they'd be happy, and it hasn't. Oh, it's just dropped in.
Yeah, wanted to be under Ellen's bowl there, I think, and just kept wide a little bit, just a bit heavy.
It's just a slight look of disappointment on Lennon's face there. It was like, just a little grimace to say, that's not what I meant to do.
That's it. So as the thirds come up, I'll just point out that BCiB, the Bowling Club Insurance Brokers, are the number one insurance broker for clubs in New South Wales. They have a solid reputation for professionalism and providing quality personal advice. They are a big supporter of the sport of bowls in New South Wales, and the reason that we're able to be here today, mate.
Oh. Well, good intent. Just got that one in the middle. Wanted to either get the outside of it, push it in, or just go inside for the shot bowl. Not sure he's made it any easier for his skipper. Unfortunate, but... So he's changed hand. That's forehand to backhand, not right to left. Just wants to get around that Picasso.
Mike Smith, he's rolled it down.
Don't think it's enough to count. I think he just needed a bit more.
Yeah, tiny little bit more, just a little up and over. It's tough in there now for Disco. He's got lots of bowls in the way. Getting to Jack is tough, and I don't think he's got much to promote. So it's going to be an interesting decision here, an interesting call.
Yeah, so here's the shot. Greg Jeans is looking for his own bowl to promote it in. The big thing there is, I don't think Disco will be too unhappy if he hits it and it doesn't go towards the jack, but it would clear a path down to the shot bowl. He's under the line.
I was going to say, it might be about weight there, but not enough weight really to smash anything in. Probably closed up all of the gaps on that side. It's tough there now for Disco.
I just wonder if there might be an opportunity here for Aaron Sheriff to rip out Ellen Ryan's bowl. The danger is, of course, the blue disc bowl on the way in of Jaden Gebbies on that backhand side.
If I'm looking at that head myself, and I'm a pretty aggressive player, I know that I've got to clean some space out and give myself an opportunity with my second bowl. I reckon I'd be playing pretty heavy on and aiming at that Picasso just to see if I could create a gap. And here comes Omar. He's interested. He's interested in this shot. Ducking around. He's aiming at Ellen. Oh, hands up from his third.
It's just hung out enough not to be.
Doesn't look like it moved her enough. Oh, Disco looking at that front duo there. Looks like a Henselite duo.
Looking for the plant, maybe. Well, indication is try and punch that one up to the shot bowl, or if you're just underneath, you get the feather on the purple and white.
So while they're talking, we can see I've got a couple of South Coast guys here. One from watching from Dapto, Graham Rose. Doesn't play at Dapto though, plays at North Beach in Wollongong. It's a fair drive. Unless he's just at Dapto right now. Aaron Wilson coming down. He has played with some intent. Looks like a good line coming down. He's just got to get around that front one, and he hasn't. He's edged it. That's hasn't really changed much. Everything is still in the way there for Disco. And Omar he had a good sider with that draw on that side, and he can do it again and bring up a multiple for Raymond Terrace, and we're almost square at the end of the 10th if he can manage this.
Graham, I think he's visiting Dapto.
We've got Shane Smith, Paul Butts, Dave English, the Mayor of Woggers here, and John Walker from Wollongong as well. You can't see my bias towards the South Coast at all, can you? In the Illawarra, but really good games here and fantastic bowls all round. And lots of discussion. And there has to be, because they're not in a great spot here to try to find a shot there, Mr. Wilson. And Terry Collins on the feet as well, the great treasurer from St George's Basin. He and his wife Fiona, good friends of mine. And here comes Disco. He's playing that same shot again.
Not far off.
Always bumps things up. There's no change to the head though.
Don't think he's turned Lennon's bowl in enough. It is just a single.
Yep, single there to Raymond Terrace. We're 9-8. After at one point I think they were 9-0 down.
Yep.
And they've won the last four ends with a 1, 3, 3 and a 1, and that's remarkable by Raymond Terrace, but we knew they weren't going to be down for long. I spoke about panic stations at one point, didn't I?
Yeah, 6 ends in a row to Cabramatta, now 4 ends in a row to the Terrace. But Cody Packer's rink, they're now leading 15-2 after 9 ends. So Cody Packer leading Matt Bouse. Lee Schreiner trails 3-8 against Carl Healy. And that's the rink that's played the least number of ends.
Lee Stinson just saying he's watching from the M1. Hopefully not driving. David Hall in Shoal Bay. It's a pretty good start there by Josh Bell. He'd be happy with that. Him and Ellen Ryan are having a really good battle here. Ellen definitely had the ascendancy to start with, but Josh has made the adjustments and drawn it back to level, I'd suggest. And often that's where it starts. The first bowl, Mike Smith's picked up his game a bit as well. He had that one fantastic end a couple of ends ago, and since then has been dropping them in really good spots, just like that. Oh, Aaron Darts there from Curry Curry. It's good to see another Aaron on the coverage of the team's Aaron as we have here. Always like saying Curry Curry on the line because the text says something different to the way it's spelt. Speech to text.
Yes, if you don't like the subtitles, you can turn them off in your Facebook settings. It's certainly not done by us. We're not that quick a typists.
All right, let's see now. This is Lennon's got a nice open side there, and with his backhand, he really does line up quickly, doesn't he?
I thought it was hilarious when somebody had a crack at us for the subtitles, calling a bowl a ball, and there's a few other bits and pieces, and we went, well, yeah, Facebook doesn't know what bowls are.
Oh, he's after that hard swing that he does his line-up, he's just dropped that one short, Lennon.
We can actually turn off the subtitles for everybody, but
we like to be accessible.
I'm well aware that there's plenty of people who like to have their phone on their desk watching the bowls while they're working away. It does help them just to keep in touch with what's going on. So we do hope you're enjoying this broadcast of the 2022-23 BCiB Open State Pennants Finals at the semi-finals, coming to you live from Foster Bowling Club, and all brought to you with the wonderful assistance of our friends from BCiB, Bowling Club Insurance Brokers. And I'm sure Ben will read the ad in a little while.
Oh, yeah. Well, in about another half hour, I'll take you through the script again. But just looking around the club right now, we've got a big crowd building here for these finals on both sides. Blankets and thermoses out. And there's... Oh, that's moved things around a little bit. I still think, one to Josh Bell out there on the left-hand side. But, the crowd's getting big. We've packed two in. People outside the fence, inside the fence. This magnificent facility here at Forster. Lennon's following this down a little bit with that little shuffle he does at the start. Watching intently at his bowl, has not hooked around enough. He had probably a pretty good weight. Needed to get around his front one, which would have been in his eye. Oh. Did everything right there except touch any of the bowls, Greg Jeans. Oh, the jumper's off there from Mike Smith. That's interesting because it still looks freezing out there. But obviously when you're playing, you can get a bit warmer. It is an active game. Tommy Allen there from Woolgoolga. Welcome, mate. And Disco not wasting any time. Excuse me, Omar not wasting any time on the mat, waiting for the turn on that side. That really just isn't there. Hoping for an edge now, and he's got it. And that's probably two shots. Oh, a lucky edge there on that wing bowl. Maybe maybe Lennon just dropped it there for that purpose, but he's played that well.
Tell you what, there is a challenge if you're marking an Aaron Sheriff game, is getting from the head to the other end to place the jack after he's rolled it, because he's going to not waste any time.
I love watching Disco stalk his bowls. He's gone in heavy. Oh, he's disrupted it a little bit.
That's Lennon Scott's bowl run through. It is 1 to Raymond Terrace at the present.
At the back there, yeah, the jack's about a foot from the ditch. But, yeah, it is only 1 with...
Greg Jean's bowls the second shot. Maybe 2 feet, 60 centimetres or so to the side. Maybe looks a bit more on camera. But the purple and white is Lennon's bowl. Well, he's thinking about having a run at the shot bowl.
I just watched Omar walk past. He was pretty disappointed with that shot. And it's the longest I've seen Disco wait for a shot. He's really lining this up. No, 1 down.
Well, 6 in a row for Cabramatta now, 5 in a row for Raymond Terrace. And we're all square after 11 ends.
I can tell you after 6 ends, it didn't look like being that all. So we've had, six ends and then 6 ends to Cabramatta, 5 ends to Raymond Terrace. And once again, that close game we expected on this rink.
Well, I did think, oh no, don't tell me we're going to have
another blowout, another unexpected blowout, but goodness no.
Well, decent start from Josh Bell. Ellen Ryan. Just had to help Ben with his housekeeping. I think we're both suffering from a little bit of old age and can't remember what we've done with this stuff over the last couple of days. Oh, don't put the snake bucket near me. Well, those who have heard our broadcast know that at the start of each event I buy a tiny little packet of snakes and put them in a bucket on the desk, and we try to make it last all day, or all event anyway. And, well, Ellen, not a bad start, just both behind. So you will know that my preference is lead finishes behind the head, if possible. But Michael Smith, that is a absolute cracker. And it does make Ellen Ryan's bowls even better now. So Cabramatta will follow Michael down. We've got the sit on the bowl or the trail. Really want to get another one close. Just wants it to hold up. Well, he's going to crash on Josh Bell's bowl, but it's got a favourable run. Just a little short, but I think it's second. Michael Smith, repeat dose. Be happy to put anything up to about 30 centimetres on his previous and just drift in behind.
Yeah, it really does want to make sure he's there or behind. With that open side, he doesn't look like he is. He's going to drop into the gap though. That just adds a little extra level of complexity.
Yeah, I mean, if I was your skipper, I think I'd have been saying, look, draw to the 2 metre line. Had your own bowl there. If you got a little edge, it wouldn't be too bad. 25-24 on the other game after 29 ends.
Yeah, that's really close games over there. It's
seesawing, that one.
I'm just trying to see Lee Hardingham just asking what the scores on the other two rinks. I can see the middle one now. I've got players everywhere. It's 8-4 after 8 to Cabramatta on the middle rink.
And 15-5 after 10.
Yeah.
Cody Packer leads Matt Bouse.
So a little bit of work to do for the entire Raymond Terrace team.
Ben's just realised I keep that on the screen in front of me on it for our broadcast game.
I knew it was there. I was just using the camera.
Checking to make sure. Any opportunity to play with the camera, eh, Ben?
Exactly right. You know it. Oh. So, close shots there. Rick Woodley's watching from Phuket. Hopefully poolside.
Dare say it's probably just a little bit warmer in Phuket and Bali than it is here.
I think those guys are just showing off.
Look, sometimes I think they're at work and they just say they're at Phuket or Bali because they'd rather be.
That's it. We've got Aaron Jaroz, I hope I said that correctly, watching from Paddington in Sydney. Go Zone 13 and anyone called Aaron. More Aarons. We should have a...
Greg Jeans, I thought that was brilliant looking live and just run through a little. So punter, he'd want to be in the same area. Any guess why he's called punter?
I assume it's something to do with horses.
No, I think it's a fleeting resemblance to Ricky Ponting, whose nickname is punter.
Yeah. He's short. He threw his first one short last time as well. Oh, that's his second bowl. My apologies. He did throw a short one last time. Got his own way a bit. That gap there. He's the window's still open, I guess, on that side.
Oh, the best bowler in the Willis family is watching on too. Greetings to Sonny Willis. She's watching on from the Port Macquarie area. And keenly following the Bull Ants. And son Gary. Sonia, State Fours champion.
State Fours. I'll get there one day. Greg Jean's just running through. He's got the best back there now, but I'm not sure that'll come into play. We'll see what Omar does. Still, they'll all be aiming at the moment through that little window on the right-hand side. It is the wider hand.
This is one time where I think Omar wouldn't have minded finishing short.
Wow. He's just run through. I think you're right. He's just run through a little bit. But blocking that gap would be handy for Raymond Terrace. We got Matty Graham on the line from Bondi Bolo. My favourite small to medium club in southern Sydney. It's a great place. I'd highly recommend visiting Bondi Bowling Club. And Disco just hoping to sit and fall over, but sat in behind Smith's bowl there, and Smith's bowl and just... Oh, wow. Sorry, Omar off the mat straight away. No need to wait. He's playing that wider hand, looking for that window once again. It's all about whether he's adjusted his weight here, and he hasn't. He's kicked that across the Raymond Terrace boys getting excited and jumping around, but I don't think he's done anything except block that hole. Steve Murray, what about South Cronulla Bowling Club? You're right, I'm wrong. Steve and I love your club too very, very much. I've spent a lot of time there with school programs. You look after your community wonderfully there. One of the best in the business, Stephen Murray.
Love how bowling clubs shorten their names down. So SCBC. I was thinking South Coogee.
No, see... It was it is South Coogee, not South Cronulla. I got that wrong, but he did mention his bowling club name earlier in the feed.
That's exactly the thing, though. SC. The best one is where it's BBC.
Yeah.
Penella Bowling Club, Ballina Bowling Club, Byron Bowling Club, Bangalow Bowling Club.
Yeah, I'm
Blacktown.
Lucky enough to be in the two clubs with fairly unique names, but these guys are really discussing. Look at this is a game of geometry at the moment. They're looking for ricochets and talking about velocity
I mean, my club, we dispense with the BC bit. We don't go DC-BC. We just call ourselves the most bogan shortening you would ever get. Sitos.
It's your Dapto. What would you expect from Dapto? Come on. It's the
club that bowls you over.
The town of Arnie Jack. Here's an old reference.
Yes.
Well, here comes Disco. This is a pretty good weighted shot. Didn't curl quite enough. Probably had the right weight for what they were asking him to do. But they're asking for some precision bowls at the moment, and they're being forced into that really, really hard chance, I guess, is the outside chance by, I was about to say sits by Raymond Terrace. And they've taken charge of this game since they got the mat and have gone T to T.
Well, Tony Spears also says, watching intently on the big screen at Club Dubbo. Of course, a host of another final series as well. It's balmy 9 degrees there, and Tony, he's done a wonderful job as the chairman out there. He's part of the spearhead group for their international fours. What a wonderful event that was last year, and promises to be again.
Yeah, I'll be there I think it's a couple of weeks, isn't it?
We will be. We'll be out there for the junior seven-a-side. Club Dubbo, fantastic supporters of junior bowls in New South Wales and bowls in New South Wales. And in that, what do you call it, Midwestern area of New South Wales, probably the best
Central
description.
West. It's a lovely town. I do like Dubbo.
Just watch out for the bowls coordinator there. He's a
meanie. Yeah, Ellen Ryan just.
I was going to say a larrikin.
Larrikin.
Anthony, of course, a wonderful organiser.
Ellen Ryan's just, and both leads there just a little bit short and narrow, but really good correction here again by Josh Bell. He's leading. I say leading, and I mean he's putting his team on the front foot every single end right now.
Yeah, I was going to say the front two really from Raymond Terrace have turned around. That Ellen was really dominating early on, I thought. And that's not saying Josh wasn't playing well. It's just Ellen was really nailing it. But yeah. Josh has got in and managed to get there. And if they both struggled, Michael Smith has stepped up. Quite a few times Michael Smith has really nailed it. So we're 6 ends apiece. And it's 6 consecutive ends for both teams.
It's remarkable. 6 to start for Cabramatta, and then 6 for Raymond Terrace in a row. It's pretty amazing, and just a dead even contest at about the halfway point.
Well, that's what it is. On the other side of this green, it's 27, 27, 32. So 32 ends played, which is the 63 end contest. We'll call that halfway. What's half an end between friends? 27 apiece. It's the point in a big battle. I'll back the point to get home from there, though.
I think you've that is the entire point, isn't it?
Yes. Well, Jaden Gebby. Good thing for Cabramatta is they haven't got the difficult shot here. Little bit of contact.
Short tap.
Oh, he's just not quite got enough of it. But the really good thing is that's given them second and third. And roll that bowl so that contact on the shot is pushing the jack towards the bottom right of screen. And the little blue bowl sitting out there, Ellen Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Always in a dangerous spot. I just saw Shirley Hummel there from the Yarrawonga Mawala Golf Club Resort Bowls Club. That's a complex acronym. But Mawala, what a fantastic place that is. If you've never been out on the Murray River there and seen Mawala, fantastic fishing for Murray cod and a cod classic at the start of December every year. Well worth getting down for. Well, Lennon's just dropped another shorter one in here.
I think I'd rather Wallace Lake and the oysters here at Foster.
Yeah, you're an oyster fiend.
Do like oysters are natural. Not very often, though. I don't get paid enough to buy them.
Quick shout out to Bowls, New South Wales there. But the fantastic, that's not probably what he wanted there, Mr. Greg Jeans.
Well, summed up to me once, if you want a job you're passionate about, work in bowls. If you want a job you're going to make money off, don't.
That's it, work in sport, really. I think sport's about like that, unless you're in one of the top-tier footy codes or something like that. But this is, I'm here because I love the game. And here comes Lennon around that outside and pushing back towards the tee. Look, they're still holding. It's a good, safe option to stay wide and heavy there. They know this is going to be tight. They want to keep control of the end of the mat.
And look, for Raymond Terrace, behind the jack is good because you can guarantee that Cabramatta is going to play a reaching shot, and Greg Jeans is looking quicker than I expected them to, but...
Yeah, it's what he was asked to do, and I'm a bit surprised by that. But there is a window there now for the promotion of one of the Cabramatta bowls to come up.
I suppose that the thing is, if you are playing forehand to promote, Josh Bell's bowl's been pushed back near the tee. Josh Bell's bowl is there near the tee, and Leonard Scott's got another. If you happen to not get it quite right, he could potentially be 3 down. So it's all about what's the best percentage with the least damage risk.
That's it. Judy Wheatley asking if Bailey Meddy's playing. I think he's over on the Cody Packer rink.
He is. Is he playing? Is a better question.
That's it.
No, he is definitely there.
They're clearly playing. They're flying over there at the moment. As Omar comes around, he's sitting at the back. But happy claps there from Lennon, and Omar sitting there across with the Cabra team, just staying away from our cameras. He's experienced on TV rinks. We know that. And a bit of a clobber coming down here once again from Disco. Oh, he's just hit Ellen's short bowl, and no result. They keep smacking those bowls at the front end of the way and giving themselves opportunity, though. They have needed to do that. There has been a wall built on these long ends each time. And it's just breaking it open and making it easier to get in is not a bad option. I can see people outside there putting the shades up and down as the wind picks up or the sun comes out. There's lots of blankets and beanies. And a few of the more clever people sitting here inside instead.
Great bowl from Omar.
Fantastic Omar. He doesn't want to move Jack too much, but that's just precision bowling, that is.
Any prizes for guessing what Disco will play?
They've just called one down. Looked like 2 to me, but...
Omar's might be just a bit further away than we think after setting on that.
That's it. It bounced back, didn't it? That bowl laying down, didn't want to move. Glenn Dixon watching from Yamba. I assume he's in Yamba at the moment, having one of the great bowls organisers, I think, going in the state. He's offside of Jason Pinnock. RBM for that area is up in Ballina at the moment. He'll be a busy man up there at that final.
Looking for contact. Looks like it. They've already given up on it. There's no excitement. One more to the Jets on our feature rink. So they've now won 7 ends in a row. So Carl Healy's just edged a little further ahead of Lee Schrein. No. Oh, what have I just done? There we go. Let's try that again. I know what I did. I moved the screen. Just can't quite catch the score on Cody Packer's rink, but look, that hasn't. Oh, it might have changed. 35 ends yet. 15-8, I think it is on Cody Packer's rink. On 12. We mentioned Bailey. Bailey's the one that's standing on between me and the scoreboard at the moment. If I leave the bucket with you for the next event, you're just going to have to keep Bailey out of it.
There'll be fights.
Not sure I want to give up my yogurt bucket though. Good start from the leads in that they're behind.
Yeah, good adjustment here by there, I think, by Josh Bell. Got his weight right. As a handy bowl, he's, I think, been the big change for, in my mind, for Raymond Terrace. He's come good, and I think Ellen's just in a bit of a dull patch. Is having to match him up. I think that's what's hurting her. She's such a great bowler.
And she has played some absolute gems on these longer ends.
Absolutely.
But the Terrace has been able to turn them around. So,
and look, Mike Smith just pushing through there and end up in a great spot as well. They're holding 3.
The Bionic Man's watching on from Warilla too. Jimmy McRory.
Jimmy McRory.
How's the knee going, Jimmy? Had the pleasure of playing against Jimmy in the Zone Champion 4s. You know I won that match because I'm mentioning it.
That's right. You brought it up, yeah. There's Mike Smith coming down here. He's tried to adjust his weight and maybe just overdone it a bit. His line's perfect. But, look, I still think they're holding 2 back there is Raymond Terrace. And that big board's getting closer now. 35-23 after 35 is a significant change in my mind. Still a bit to go, but they're getting closer.
A couple of shots to go on that as well, I think. Middle rink's just added another score, which I think the managers had already put on. And it's 11-5 and 16-8 now after 13 for Cody Packer's rink. So it's 36-24. Shot each. Lennon, you could see him just bouncing up and down on the toes.
Wanted that, willing it on, just a couple extra feet. Come on, and it just dropped in short. But I think it's better than anything that the Cabra's put down so far.
Be close with Jaden Gebby's bowl to the left of screen. I was trying to always form a little triangle between the bowls on screen to see which got the shorter side. It does look like Lennon might have just got in, but our camera angle can be deceptive. Well, this one looks pretty close. Might be just a little on the runny side, but it's got the edge off that bowl. Little touch.
Yeah, needed some luck and has got it. He's another one that's probably hasn't been happy with his last couple of ends.
Well, your luck starts when you're up and when you're in about the right area. Now, if you're 20 feet heavy, you're probably not going to get the luck meant very often. But if you're sort of within that yardstick, you've got given yourself a chance. And I'd say that's the yardstick past the jack, not short.
I think he's just written this one off. Definitely crossing. And look, had his weight pretty right. Well, as far as a dead draw goes, but I actually get the feeling he was called to push a couple of feet through. So, not the happiest bowler at the moment there. Scores in the other rinks. The middle rink, it's 11-5.
After 11?
After 11 to Cahill, and Cody Packers winning 16-8 on after 13. Really gunning along there.
There's two very, very simple rules that apply in almost every occasion. If you're down, you've got to be up. In other words, if you're down on the head, you have to reach because you've got to give yourself a chance to score. And if you're holding shot, don't be narrow. Well, Sheriff trying to ride the narrow side. Just going to hold out a little bit with the weight. A little shake of the head there. I've been told this hand is a little bit tricky coming this way. It just seems to hang on a bit longer. You see that with Disco's bowl there. He's short, but it didn't quite turn. Well, Sheriff, he's sat the shot bowl through, brought it to his own. Great bowl. I do apologise for a little bit of signal degradation at the moment.
I can tell you it's the feed's perfectly fine on YouTube at the moment, so this looks like a Facebook problem, and we'll try to sort it out as best we can.
Oh, wow.
That was close. It's that's just ducked straight through the gap at speed, and more scores to Raymond Terrace.
Well, for the first 6 ends, it looked like Cabramatta were going to absolutely romp home on this rink. We had a couple of close-ish ends. Since then, the Terrace just seem to have had, I hesitate to say big advantage, but the 10%, just that little touch where they've managed to get the right weight, the right grasp, and get the result. Whereas Cabramatta seemed to be the wrong half of the bowl, the gap.
And the exact opposite of what it was the first 6 ends. And
a few times they've had to chase where they haven't had a clear path, they haven't had the opportunity to play the shot, or they've had to play the 10% chance. Dermot, over 40s pairs tomorrow night. You have to have the entry in by 11:59 p.m. So if anybody's having issues trying to get that entry in, can contact the Bowls New South Wales office tomorrow. Don't ring today. Ooh. It's Sunday.
Well done, Ellen. That's right. Only dedicated bowlers work on a Sunday, and that's here we are. And we've got a cracking game here. Ellen Ryan's just found her range there.
Yes, Sunday workers are those who are committed or should be.
Oh, the puns, they keep coming. It's wonderful. We haven't made a point pun for a while. I'll let you think one up.
Oh, well, the point's just edged ahead over there by 6. Soldiers point 35. Tarrant point 29 after 38 ends.
Yeah, it's, they get to the pointy end over there. And with that, I'll check out and go take some photos. I'll see you soon.
I'll get your point. Michael Smith, he'll be looking to get one in here. Ellen Ryan's given Cabramatta the start they've really wanted. This end, the Terrace have had all the answers to that so far. And that one's just fallen out. It's got the thumbs up from Aaron Sheriff to say great bowl. Still 1 to Ellen. Jaden Gebby will follow Michael down on that side. He'd be looking just to get inside that one. Wouldn't mind coming around and getting behind. It's It's ended up handy, even though he's under the line. I dare say they don't want to turn Ellen's bowl over because they just would feel it's in a stronger position covering the jack up. Michael, he's given this one a little bit too much of a push to get the shot. As long as he stayed up in a good home, though, and Aaron just gives that acknowledgement that behind there is actually good. It's best backward. Jaden is looking for 3/4 of a metre more grass. Slightly over corrected there. Might not have quite got down as quickly as the previous. A little bit less effect from the wind. And Lennon Scott, they're both playing this side of the green. Terrace, just a confident draw. Get down to the jack. Little touch on the shot bowl's good. Even the edge of their own bowl will push them in. This one's close. Just not going to quite get down enough. Little bend of the knees there from Aaron Sheriff trying to urge the bowl in. That's good effort from Lennon Scott, though. It's another one in the head. I just feel Cabra really need to get another one in there now, but they don't want to fatten this target up. Greg Jeans, he's lining up forehand. Well, Junior says he would love to call in on the way down, but the 4 o'clock Roosters game's calling me. I don't know whether the Roosters are worth watching at the moment, Junior. Because Grandview's, unfortunately for Dave, just stumbled in the quarterfinals yesterday in grade 2. Lennon, he's very close there again. Very good bowl. Might have missed, but that's pretty fair effort. Very close. Because we do thank all of our host venues for their wonderful effort. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Jeansy waves the hat to everyone to say, whoa. And that's just the difference at the moment. Cabramatta just don't seem to be getting the right edge. Greggy was half a bowl off being a genius, but he's got the backside of Lennon Scott's bowl and pushed it in for shot. Aaron Sheriff, he'll now play backhand. Can he be trying to actually just get right down to the jack, touch it, just hide it a little bit. He's not far off. He's got in for another shot. Maybe a little fortunate. Got the tickle off one of the Cabra bowls. I think we'll see Disco. Weighted shot on the forehand. Looking for the blue in the middle, straight up onto the jack. Just a bit wide. Well, what does Sheriff do for an encore? Same again, I think. Backhand down. He actually wouldn't mind a little contact on his own bowl. Just doesn't want the blue one, but if he rolls his own, just stands it up even. Just makes that shot that bit harder for Wilson. And if he just rolls around to the back, wants to stand his own up, well, has got the result there very nicely. stood up off his own, and even better, has just changed the position of Ellen Ryan's bowl. Just flopped and rolled it over. Disco, he's close. Bang, bang. Rolls through the bowls. And it's another one to the terrace. So 9 ends in a row. Absolutely astounding, this game, that we had 6 consecutive ends won by Cabramatta, and now it's 9 in a row from Raymond Terrace. There's only 2 shots in the big board. 41 ends, 7 shots, sorry, 36-29. Oh, must have been 2. So 9 unanswered, then 14 unanswered. It's 11-7 after 12. Carl Healy leading Lee Schreiner, and 16-9 after 14. Cody Packer leading Matt Bouse to give us a 36-30 scoreline after 41 ends. And Soldiers Point have just marched a little bit further ahead, leading Tarrant Point 40-32 after 41 ends. So a third of the game left. Wouldn't count the power out as yet. And yes, this match is being streamed on YouTube as well. There's a link somewhere in the comments. If you search YouTube for Bowls NSW, I've just found the live video, so it's definitely there. Well, Ellen's got Cabramatta off to a good start this time. And Robin Lewis giving us an update in comments of the scores at Charlestown. It's very close. Port City 37, Wagga Rules 36 after 38 ends. Tathra leading 43-29 after 40. Need to check who Tathra is playing. That's in grade 3. Tathra playing U Minor Beach. Well, you can see Jaden following, but knew he hadn't quite hit the right spot. So Lennon looking to draw around the shorter bowls, add to the head. He's pretty well down, Lennon. He's just going to go past. That'll be the best back. 1-2 Cabramatta as the head stands at the moment. The Yellow Ryan toucher just to the left of the jack. Holding the shot. The next couple are, well, it's Josh Bell, I think, but well, it could be, no, actually that's Jaden Gebbies at the front. Not sure whether it counts over the Picasso at the back. Hard to tell from our angle. It's at the other end from our live view. And then just looking for a correction on weight from his previous bowl. Played it pretty well. Do think he's just gone a little too far through. So, Aaron Sheriff, I think he's one down. Can sit the shot bowl. Just going to be a one bowl wide to do that though. Aaron Wilson needs to get around the blue bowl short. Just going to be a tad wide. Sheriff, he's turned around a lot of heads so far in the last 10 ends or so. Can he do it again? Certainly got Lennon Scott's interest, but he's one bowl wide again. The disco's going to draw for a second. So we should see Cabramatta gain the mat for the first time since the sixth end. 9 in a row. And the big lead of Cabramatta had been whittled down. And he will draw a second. So 2 shots to Cabramatta. Lee Schreiner had picked up a 2 as well. So 43 ends, 38-32. And it's 42-32 after 42 ends in the other semi. In fact, that's just about to be updated again. It's 45-32. Ellen. Good grass. We have seen the mat brought up, length shortened down, so didn't quite adjust back from the longer lengths that we've had previously with our opening bowl. And Josh Bell right on it. Ellen through again. Well, Soldiers Point out to a 15-shot lead. It looks like Mick Beasley over Ali Forsyth, 19-6. Nick Cahill up 16-15. And Cohen Litfin 14-11. Over. There's Dave Axon or Ray Pearce. But, Terrace holding on this rink at the moment. Michael Smith looking to add to the count. They're holding, good 3 shots. That'll be the 4th. Jaden Gebby through with both of his bowls as well. A little bit of a scattered start for Cabra on this end. Greg Jeans now needs to play a big one. There's 6 shots in the big board. Our rink of Aaron Wilson will be keen not to let that blow out any further the resurgence from Raymond Terrace. They want to extend their overall lead. And he's just got the outside and rolled out. That might still be 3 shots. They're looking for a backhand draw. Probably just to get a counter in position. He's finished in a good home from where he was called to play to. Greg Jeans, he doesn't need to do all that much different from his previous bowl. Got his teammates' interest. Just not going to quite run all the way down. Backhand shot from Lennon Scott. He probably won't want much different from his previous effort either. Just going to pull up a little bit shy. Disco elects to play the backhand. Can move the jack towards his own bowl. See Greg Jean standing up. Well, got the contact. It was actually Jaden Gebby standing up there. Just a little bit of frustration in the body language from Jaden. Sheriff just going to leave that a little short. Well, Soldiers Point have really exploded in the last few ends. They've jumped out to a 17-shot lead. It's now 49-32 after 45 ends. Just a mini scoring spree there. They're neck and neck the whole way along, and then all of a sudden, Soldiers Point in the last 7, 8, 9 ends leapt ahead. 18 ends to go, 17 shots the difference. Tarrant Point will need a massive effort to get through to yet another Grade 1 state final for many of their players. Three wins and a runners-up in recent years, in the last 10 anyway. Well, maybe it's 3 wins and a semi. Definitely 3 wins. Okay, so Disco wants a conversion. Just 5 shots in the big board now. Lee Schreiner scored another. Disco opts to play the forehand on this occasion. Well, Greg Jeans is watching intensely. But not going to come in quickly enough. Soldiers Point. Chance to get through to a state final. They've come good at the right time of the competition. Sheriff wiggles his way in for another counter. 2 more to Raymond Terrace. So just 3 shots in the big board now. And the mat will return to, well, not quite on the tee. But they'll roll it to near maximum. 17 ends played on our feature rink. It's 16-11 in favour of Sheriff over Wilson. Terrace leading Cabra. The big board, 3 shots the difference after 45 ends. 18 to go overall. Oh, good start from Josh Bell. Ellen Ryan just needs to get down. And Josh Bell playing the windy wide, well, the windward wider side. Ellen's playing the narrower side. I think Josh is probably playing the kinder hand. He's just going to run through a little with that one. Does just get a little crash on Ellen's bowl. Wants this one to get down. It's close. Michael Smith wants this to run in. Oh, it might have been enough to tip that one in for shot. Cabramatta. 3 shots in the lead. Oh, just going to fail to get there with this one. Michael Smith in the approximate vicinity again. That'll be good enough to be the shot. We'll force Jaden Gebby onto the other side of the green. Couple of chances on this hand as well. Just needs to be up to the jack. Wants a little contact through the hole. That's been the story for Cabramatta. They've been there or thereabouts, but just not exactly on the right line. Couldn't get a little bit of luck. Similar line from Lennon Scott. You'd be hoping to just drop in behind the jack. Not quite. Greg Jeans. I'm going to say Jaden Gebby unlucky to go between the shot bowl and the jack. Do you feel the Terrace has just got the momentum at the moment? Across the rinks. They fought their way right back into this contest. Greg Jeans just going to be underneath the shot bowl. There's a little group of 3 bowls for Cabramatta sitting behind and to the left of the jack. That might make it a little harder to get to. Do you feel the line is still around that bowl? Just might make it harder to judge. In the middle rink, 2 more to Raymond Terrace. Lee Schreiner is now actually in front of Carl Healy. And there's just now there's no shots in the big board because Matt Bowes has also scored a single and we're all square after 47. Greg Jeans holds his head because he's got the contact and run right through. Soldiers Point starting to run ahead on the other green. It's on the other rinks. It's 19 shots the difference, 52-33 after 48. And Raymond Terrace surging back, being up to about 15 shots behind. It's all square with 16 to play. Aaron Sheriff draws another one. They're giving him opportunities to score, and he's taking them. Oh, Disco gets a couple of thumps, but not the bowl he was after. Just going to try and get down to the second shot bowl. He's going to have another run. Got a feeling this is a 2. Three. Well, Terrace are now ahead on the big board. And from 9-0 down on our rink, they've come back and won 11 of the last 12 ends to lead 19-11. Soldiers Point now well and truly in front. .22 shots in front with 13 ends to go. Josh Bell just needs to run this out. Not sure he's got there. And Disco does indicate to Ellen she's holding 1. Backhand draw. Toucher is to her own bowl. Cabramatta really need to win an end or two now. This run from Raymond Terrace has tipped the game in their favour. Michael Smith, pretty well pointed. just going to slide past. So probably still 1 to Ellen Ryan. Just looking to get another one in that head. Very good crowd around these greens. Jaden got a bit of speed on this. Doesn't want Ellen's bowl. Well, just didn't move it. Didn't want to tip it over. There's Michael Smith. He'd be happy to tip it over. Just going to be a little on the shy side with that one. Jaden, he was in the right area with his last, just needs a slight correction. Or that reaction is that he thinks he's quick. And with good reason, he's gone to the back. Lennon Scott, nice forehand draw, couple of options here to draw the shot or just get one roll out of Ellen Ryan's bowl. Even just stand it up, could be holding 2 or 3. Draw with confidence. He's going to run it out. Oh, well, he may have got enough on that to get shot. We'll force Cabra to play the backhand. Got to come round the short white bowl, I would say. Don't think there's much on but the draw shot here. Well, Cahill, he's just played a bomb. And the teammates have all run up to give him the big high five. Don't know whether he's got 1 shot or 5 shots from their reaction. It's just the 1 from the scoreboard reaction. Lennon Scott. Through his own bowl is the best draw shot here. Get up and over. Happen to slip through and sit Ellen's bowl is okay. Just going to speed a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Yes, is that bad?
Oh, Greg. Missed it a little bit there, Jeansy. Oh, Aaron. Plenty of options on this hand for him. Just needs to get in through that gap. He's got the wiggle. Good enough for shot. Very much good enough. Super bowl, that one. That's been the story for, well, since about the 6th end or so, that the Terrace has had the answers.
All right, I'm back. I've taken a lot of shots and looks. Aaron Wilson just having a big run as I step back into the chair. He's just missed Jack. Goodness me, and things have changed since I was away.
Do have a couple of shots to go on for one shot to go on. Cody Packer scored a single. So the big board, 13 ends to go, one shot in it, and the Jets are in front.
Yeah, wow. That is a turn up. I was just doing laps of the rinks, watching some intensity out there. The crowd is really up and about, and they're driving these players on wonderfully. Pretty tough weather out there.
I don't like to declare someone winners early, but wow, Soldiers Point have just blitzed ahead. They're 23 shots in front with 12 ends to go. That is, for how neck and neck it was, either Soldiers Point's grown a third leg or the point slumped. Not sure which one it is.
I think
it could be just a little bit of momentum.
Talking to the managers out there, I think it's a slump. Tarrant Point have just gone off the boil, and Soldiers Point are kicking on. I said it this morning, they were certainly looking like the keener of the two teams, and they've kicked away and it's showing. It's a really close look on this rink from the Cabra bowlers, and some decisions to make.
Well, I just wonder too if it's a case that for Soldiers Point it's their first time to this stage in quite a while. Just a bit of a bit more enthusiasm. Tarrant Point, most of these players have been there, done that. I do know that just the couple of acquisitions for Soldiers Point for this year have just given them that extra confidence in their abilities. Well, Disco did think it was just one that bowls. It looks like he might have been a fairly good judge with that one anyway, and he is two. Well, every shot is gold now.
Absolutely vital, and not surprised about the measure. Look, again, the score on this rink almost doesn't matter individually. It's all about that big board. Only the big board winners go through. So win, lose or draw for Disco here. He's got to make up some shots.
Well, your rink win doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You can lose 2 rinks by a shot each, as long as you win the other by 3.
I'm just watching.
You can party.
Yeah, just watching Omar eating a snake there. I was speaking to one of the managers over there, and he's absolutely deadly with his snake throws. He can get across 3 rinks accurately, so the guys can catch them. And I don't know if that's lazy or brilliant.
Both.
Both, yeah.
To get them across the rinks and not have Bailey snaffled them might be the trick too. Ellen, just a little narrow. I don't know. I don't want to second guess the Commonwealth Games gold medalist, but I just think Josh Bell playing the side of the green he has made it easier for himself. I just think that the right-hander's backhand going away from the clubhouse is just that little kinder, a little more predictable.
I do think he's I do think he's had it over Ellen for most of this game, which is a shame. She's had such a huge weekend of games and played really important bowls. Everyone I've spoken to has spoken to me about how well she's played. And look at that correction there. Just as I was speaking about that, she's not going to throw many wrong and then follow up.
the front two have played quite well for Raymond Terrace. I mean, we haven't had a bad player on the rink, but I just feel that the front two have just edged the others mostly. When they have been down, Aaron Sheriff's been able to produce the shot. And Disco seems to have not had the clear path to the jack. He's had to try and play that shot where you're poking under the bowl into a gap or trying to get the edge. Just had the cards haven't quite fallen in his favour. But we do have 2 ends left on this rink, and it's 3 shots to the Jets on the big board.
Yeah, it's so close. We've got 40-43. I'm a little bit blind in my right eye from looking through the camera lens. Actually, it's getting worse. Yeah, that's this is tight. There's a heavy shot coming down from the. Oh, he's walked away straight away. Absolutely nowhere near it. Then sheer frustration coming through from the Cabra bowlers on this rink. And Aaron Sheriff, you mentioned him a second ago. He didn't start well and was looking frustrated. His first probably 4 or 5 ends were not great. Definitely not anywhere near the standard he'd expect of himself. But since then, found his range, dialed the grass right in, and he's been absolutely killing it.
Well, that's the difference. I think we saw Corey Wedlock look frustrated yesterday, and he never quite got going.
Yeah, wasn't able to get back. That's right.
Whereas Sheriff, he may have looked frustrated, but the body language didn't change. It was still upbeat. I think that's the difference. I think Corey and his team, they just couldn't get going and couldn't get the mindset right. They were besieged by an opponent playing pretty well as well. That's a pretty big miss from Greg Jeans. And in the first 6 ends, they weren't missing.
No.
So the Terrace has put the pressure on and managed to put their opponents off their game. They won an end and they stretched the length out. Certainly helped. And
look, and Neil Bayo's got a good point here. Wilson's Rink needs to get off the ground as quickly as possible as they can for Cabra to have any chance of a win. There's pretty good assessment. Get this finished so the other 2 rinks can know exactly what they've got to make up on the big board and have a target aim for. At the moment, they'll be watching this scoreboard and getting a little bit disheartened. They don't often see Disco down like this. And so there's certainly half an eye on this scoreboard, and it's not good for your concentration.
You've got to hit.
Oh, he's edged and through to the ditch.
Yep, that's a good hit. They were in a bit of trouble there. Quite a few down. The Ellen Ryan bowl had been sat through. But, I mean, you may as well give Aaron Sheriff 50 yards to draw this as a metre.
Yeah, that's right.
So the jack is in the ditch about halfway between the boundary peg and rink number, probably just a tad closer to the rink number than halfway. And this bowl...
Just watching it intently, it's got a chance to get there. He's got to get
got-
past
yeah,
that
he's got
first
the
one
speed.
first.
He's not going to get the speed.
He's pulled up. Yeah, he's pulled up short.
There is a Cabramatta toucher in the ditch.
Yeah, and one on the bank there, which is, I think a Raymond Terrace bowl. The touches miles away, so it's that one there that's holding shot, I think, the one you can see right at the bottom of your screen under the ticker there.
I don't know. I
Was
think
that
that
the one
one
on the
might be
bank?
on the bank.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I wish I had some binoculars. My camera's gone dead, so I can't use the zoom to see it. What's Disco got?
Well, if he can get past Ellen Ryan's bowl, he's a chance, but he's not there.
No, he's not there again. Yeah, he's off the boil.
Not sure if it's the toucher or the Picasso bowl that's the shot. Might be Aaron Sheriff's bowl coming in now. That's the shot. He's going to hit his own. But I think that'll be good enough to be the shot.
No, not the shot.
No.
Looks as Disco has another go here. No. I don't know. It's rolling on.
Oh, that would have
Stayed
to be
up.
it. Yeah.
There we are. Celebrations all around. And
Huge bowl.
Massive bowl and a huge end in the context of this game. What's going on the board?
Well, the other rinks must have scored a few. There's 3 ends to go onto our score. So Cody Packer now leading 17-15 after 17. So Matty Bouse has just picked up a 5. And it's 14-12 after 16. Carl Healy leading. And we haven't had our score put on the board as yet.
Doing it right now.
I think it was a 1, judging by the big board. 12-21. As soon as Michael Smith stops standing in front of the board, we'll be able to tell. But
so 43-48. Cabramatta down by 5 shots. 10 ends to go on the master board.
Well, I've got the same score, but 1 end less.
On our rink.
On the total. So I've just got to check to see what the Carl Healy number of ends is. Unfortunately, there's some people in between us and the board. Can't blame them for that because we're on an angle. Our board makes it 10 ends to go. The master board on the green makes it 9. And that's because Carl Healy's actually completed 17 ends. To be 14-12. There we go. So 9 ends to go and 5 shots the difference with the Jets in front. And they will be playing Soldiers Point. I'm happy to declare that one over and done at 59-34 after 55 ends.
It's a bit of a freakish scenario now for Tarrant Point to come back.
Oh, they need 25 shots in 8 ends. I'm not declaring that winners, but
yeah, the chances are.
Once again, it's Josh Bell winning the opening exchanges. Well, Jaden Gebby just going to fade through. Not sure that he's... Well, I don't know. Can't tell on screen, can't tell live. But the Josh Bell bowl behind the jack means a little touch is great for Raymond Terrace.
And of course, we're here thanks to the Bowling Club Insurance Brokers, or BCiB. They're the #1 insurance broker for clubs in New South Wales. With a solid reputation for professionalism and providing quality personal advice, BCiB are also a big financial supporter of the sport of bowls. Still a huge crowd out here, all rugged up and in their club colours, really passionate out there. It looks like, is this a jack touch? Oh, a little edge. Oh, yeah. Aaron Wilson up and about. Alan Ryan just standing behind, also up and about. Big wind up here again from...
I think that is the drive.
There we are, that is a run.
Up.
has just smashed the back bowl away.
Lennon's drive wind up, the bowl comes up above eye line. Otherwise, it just comes up to a sort of mid-chest height.
It is a very impressive knowledge base you've got there of that player.
Only because he's put himself in front of me a few times. The better the player is, the more often you get to see them play when you're in this job, because they're at the pointy end more often.
So this shot just wanted to roll down. He's very happy, Aaron Wilson, with that shot from Greg Jeans, isn't it? Oh, another big shot. This has hit something. Split the front two, roll that bowl in, and a happy skipper. All right, all to do now for the Cabra bowlers, wanting a few shots. The Raymond Terrace are 5 up on the big board. I think Leonard Scott just seeing the camera there and a little bit of acknowledgement to it. That's good to see. Really long discussions happening here. It's fairly standard by Disco and Ellen and the team. All right, decisions made, and here we go. Aaron Wilson lining up with his backhand. As he's standard, jumps on the mat and delivers almost instantly. Oh, a really intense look by the whole Cabra team, waiting for it just to hook around. Oh, it's just sat on the outside and rolled out of the head. A really good sider though. He wasn't far off. He'll be confident to be able to play that again should it be necessary. Well, here's Omar going straight through everything. Boom. Bowls flew over it. Jack stayed exactly still.
It might still be 3 to Cabramatta.
Yeah.
In fact, it could even be 4. Ellen Ryan's bowl at the back may now count. And with the score on the big board at 47-49, there's a couple of ends on ours to go on. Cody Packer, he's picked up a 4.
Whoa.
So he dropped a 4 and dropped a 5, picked up a 4.
Immediate reversal.
There must be one more in the middle ring to go on. Can't see that board. Just a couple in it with 7 ends to go. So we will get our production guys to see if they can just turn their cameras to the side and pick up the action on, well, 1 or 2 of the other inks.
2 to Cabra, and as they finish up, but we've got, being this close, we'll stick with the action for the time being.
We'll beg Dave and Fiona to move some cameras to point at the other rinks. We realise the coverage won't be quite as clear, but we're all square in this semi-final of the BCiB State Open Pennants for 22-23 season.
It's not a scenario I saw coming earlier. I can admit that. The kick away at the start showed Cabramatta just looking at running over Raymond Terrace, but Raymond Terrace really fighting back well.
Well, I expected Lee Schreiner to be there or thereabouts, and Matty Bouse was also well down, and I know Matty is a fighter, so I expected them to come back, but I did not pick that we would have 6 ends in a row to Cabra and then a massive run to Raymond Terrace. Did not think that would happen at all. So we'll keep an eye on the other 2 rinks and we'll call it as best we can from our remote position.
There's things you know about this on this green at the moment is there are legends everywhere. You've got Karen Murphy next door. I don't think we've mentioned her at all. Australian Hall of Famer, absolute legend.
Well, Gary Willis, former Jackaroo, current national coach, has
Cahill.
just delivered.
Just legends of the game everywhere, and it's that's why you come to watch the sport. So we get a bit of a wide view there of this side. I'll keep you up to date as much as we can.
Well, you look at the rink for Cabramatta, skipped by Carl Healy. You've got a current Jackaroo in Jessie Nerona. You've got the woman who has represented Australia the most times in any sport.
Any sport.
Karen Murphy. Former Jackaroo, Gary Willis. He's also won New South Wales State Championships. We'll forgive him for starting off in the ACT.
I look back to Karen Murphy. I know there'll be some guys down there from Shoalhaven Heads viewing in. The Murphy family down there are legends. The Murphy Bar in the back room of that place is a remarkable add-on to that club. And there'll be probably a bunch of the guys there watching very intently at their wonderful Karen.
Not quite sure who's got shot on this rink, but Lee Schreiner's got a little bit of weight. So I think Cabramatta are holding. He's going to be wide.
Oh.
Gary Willis just put one finger in the air, so he actually put 2 fingers. He was giving an indication of distance to Carl. Carl also looks to be playing a slight reaching. Oh, look, his reaction says he's not sure that he's anywhere near it.
Yeah, he's not super happy with that. The real joy over the next rink for the Cabra bowlers, Cody Packer jumping up and down as they killed an end by the looks.
Well, that one's a measure on the Carl Healy Lee Schreiner rink. Lee Schreiner, we all know his capacity. It's amazing he's only got 1 game for Australia, but it just shows the depth of talent.
Oh, there is some talent out there. Some people that, excuse me, as always, when it's something like that, people have strong opinions of these things, and he's a peripheral player there, nearly just on the edge of selection.
Oh, he would be if he was available. Well, it looks like the Jets have actually won that end as Tim Twining takes the mat. I'm sure that's Tim. Apologies if it's not, but with 5 ends to go in the other semi, there's 24 shots in it. So it's not mathematically impossible. And I just cannot see that happening.
And on here with 6 to go, 49 all. Just amazing.
Oh, that one to the Jets on our rink meant it's 14 all on 19. And it's the Jets in front by 1 with 5 to go. I was just a bit slow putting it on the board there. Sorry, Ben.
That's okay. No. Happy with it. As anything. So, I
had to scratch the white out off the computer screen.
It's a star-studded team, that one we're looking at next door, as we said. Jesse Nerona, Karen Murphy, Gary Willis and Cahill. I'd hate to play against that team. That'd be terrifying. But Tim Twining and Brendan Stokes, Jason Stokes and Lee Schreiner. Giving him a good look here. He's not happy with that lead bowl, but...
I'd love to play against that team. I think it'd be a great experience.
A good looting experience. And I'll ask for autographs after the game too.
They might want my autograph, I'm not sure. Probably if I was playing second, they would, just on the card. You sign this, a test that we've given you a thumping. Gaz, I've had plenty to do with Gary over the years. He's been involved with New South Wales Bowls as our state coach and state junior coach prior to getting the job with the national body, of course.
Yeah, fantastic man.
I was actually quite upset that he got the job at the national body because I didn't want him out of our system. Did a fantastic job with our junior bowlers and our state side. But great fella to work with. Karen also very good to work with.
Oh, she's a champion. One of the for someone who gets lauded so much and is so well loved by everyone. She's humble and nice and generous. She's a wonderful person, Karen Murphy.
Look, the only negative thing I could say about Karen is she scares some markers.
Does she?
She scares some markers because she's very specific and asks a lot of questions in singles games. Doesn't worry me at all. That's what they're there for. But I do know in some of the places they go, I don't want to mark Karen because she asks lots of questions and I don't want to get one wrong. Okay.
Oh, she's not that scary.
No.
She wouldn't worry her.
Look, it's a mark, you give your honest answer, and if you say a bowl's 2 feet short and it's 2 feet 1 inch, well, you know what? Karen well down. That's a fantastic bowl from Karen. She'll be holding a couple now. And the bowl behind also looks like blue stickers.
Yeah, we've got to make a quick catch-up, don't we, on what kind of bowls are in front of us, but we'll get there.
On the far rink, Beau Prideaux having a running shot at third for Cody Packer. That's critical now. Just 5 ends to go. Neither team wants to drop a shot. They all want to score. Gary Willis. Gary. That one. Karen just giving a bit of applause.
Yeah.
Urging it in.
That's a great shot too. Look at that lineup of bowls there.
Karen and Carl both applauded, and they gave at least 3 or 4 claps, not the one. Lee Stinson says the one he knows is that you haven't really done it is when the skip just claps the hands once. That's the yes.
All right. Well, I'll be watching that.
Well, Stokesy. I'm going to have to call it Jason because there's 2 Stokesies.
Well, he's had a run, but
bit under the line.
Well, that line of bowls there is remarkable. They absolutely dialed in that grass. Just some with centimetres of weight more than the next, and it's just a really interesting display of bowling.
Well, Carl indicating a wide position there. A little bit of cover. Holding, well, it's at least 3. I'm not sure about that other bowl.
Yeah.
Raymond Terrace have got, do we call them rainbow stickers? It's got the
they're
various colours. They've got the red, yellow, white. I think there's a bit of white on them.
Yeah, red at the bottom, white, yellow in the middle, and blue across the top.
They are very striking, but I'm pretty sure that one behind has blue stickers on it, so it could be as many as 5 shots they're holding there now. I was going to say the skipper would be under pressure, but Lee Schreiner, does he feel pressure?
He doesn't feel anything. Yeah, well, that's harsh. No, he doesn't feel pressure in the bowl situation. He's highly skilled.
I'll put it
and
differently.
confident.
He doesn't show that he feels pressure.
Yeah, he's duck on a pond perhaps, but he's very skilled, confident in his own ability as he should be.
Well, he was under pressure in the champion singles final and played an absolute screamer. Just cool and calm. So it's not whether you're under pressure or not, it's how you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done it enough times to not be perturbed by being under pressure.
That's a good word.
He's having a run, doesn't look happy.
No.
And, yep. If Tarrant Point's decided that's enough, just a couple of ends to go, 27 behind, that's enough.
So Soldiers Point and a bit of a turn-up, I'd suggest. Tarrant Point being a monster club have kicked away and beaten them quite comprehensively and are into the final.
Did you just call Soldiers Point a bunch of turnips?
I'm not sure that's the word I used. Sounds fun, though.
Shippo, you're a turnip.
Oh, Shippo would be pretty excited right now. All the close action here. Raymond Terrace up by a shot. Raymond Terrace actually, the bowler having a big run here. Oh.
He's got one of them, but this could be a big count and a huge end. Cahill, he's got a bowl left. How many do you reckon it is? Oh.
It's hard to see.
Yell out for Brendan to move so we can see, will you? No, we are using the cameras from our rink 8 to try and catch rink 9, and our crew's doing a great job in capturing some images.
Yeah, just moving that around for us. They've done extremely well. Lucky to be able to stick here with this for the last few ends between these two teams, and it's very, very close. Well, Karen Murphy showing some interest. Run forward down on the haunches.
Clapping it the whole way in.
Oh, a big fist in the air by Karen Murphy. No indication.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 bowls taken out so far. Well.
And a measure. Oh, this could be a backbreaker with not many left.
Jesse Nerona's saying it's 5. And it looks like 1 down on the other rink. Yep, 16. 1 down for Cabramatta, that is. So there's 2 shots on the big board difference with confirmed scores. But we're about to add another 4, possibly more. We might have to get the umpire. We're getting the umpire to get the next measure.
Pam doing Pam, our ITO down there, well rugged up. She told me before she was absolutely freezing. Doesn't look that bad now. Some of the blankets have come off the knees, but very good at her job, our Pam. Just waiting now for that score. We'll just keep an eye on the rink next door. But a 5 here for Cabramatta would be monstrous. See Cody Packer up there keeping a close eye on that. pretty good shot there by the Raymond Terrace bowler, who I can't quite see. Yep, just rolled over and sitting on Jack there on that other rink.
Well, we just got the leads on the other rink. Benny Moorthorpe playing his second bowl. So, confirmation, it was 4. So, the 2-shot lead that Raymond Terrace had has just been turned into a 2-shot deficit. And we've got 3 ends left to play.
My goodness, what a final.
So we're on a final end for Carl Healy, and Cody Packer's rink is close to halfway through their penultimate end.
And here we go.
Jesse Nerona.
Managers are starting to come in. Big smile on the face of the Soldiers Point manager at the moment. Yeah, good shot, Jess. Oof. Just rushing past there, the Raymond Terrace in a good spot. Again, these guys don't mess around when it comes to smacking Jack. But that head over there for Cody Packer's on Cody Packer's rink. I keep calling it Cody's rink. Him being the most familiar to me is it's quite extraordinary. All those bowls within nothing.
Well, his opposite skipper, Matty Bouse, is only the only person to have won that I know of, state champion of champions, state singles and state junior singles. I'm not sure that Aaron Sheriff won our champion of champions. That's probably a nice question. No, Aaron Sheriff's name does not appear as the winner of our state champion of champions singles. In fact, I can't even find him as the runner-up.
Oh, Raymond Terrace holding 2 shots on this rink. Karen Murphy with it all to do. But if you're going to give someone a shot like this to play, it'd be Karen Murphy. She's following it down closely, nearly hit the Jack, just swung past and ended up in a good spot.
The champion of champion winners, we've got to go back to 2013 before we find one that's not competed over this weekend. John O'Davis, Corey Wedlock, Ray Pearce, David Ferguson, Aaron Tees, Kenta Treacher, we're all here. Todd Fuller, the last one to win it that wasn't here, Armadale City. David Holtz, I think Holt's in Victoria now. Bousey. Aaron Appleby won in 2009.
The sheets have come in for the Soldiers Point. Taryn Point game, closing it all off and making it official now with Andrew Lynn in Bowls Link. And don't forget, you can get results of all of the grades from all up and down the state, wherever the finals are being played, from Bowls Link on your computer or on the Bowls Now app, which is a really great resource. Has all the news and events from bowls, and we'll give you the scores. There's a little link on the bottom of the screen to give you the results of everything. A really handy app. Want to use a fair bit. We are here today thanks to BCiB Insurance Club Brokers. Bowling Club Insurance Brokers are the number one insurance broker for clubs in New South Wales. A big financial supporter of bowls, and they're a solid reputation of professionalism and providing quality personal advice. This is an intense game here right now. I can see the really good shots here by our team. Our production team looking straight down the ground at the rink next door to where we started. And the intensity is really showing. The faces are look at the Cabramatta guys. They want this really badly, and they're not scared to have a chat. Very professional.
Do love seeing the big smile on Tim Twining's face though. They're still out there enjoying themselves.
Still having fun, yeah. Remembering that it is sport in the end.
It is just a game.
No.
It's not a matter of life or death. Much more important than that.
More important.
I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's another huge bowl coming up.
Just monstrous. Every single one of them. We could just sing about this, but Cahill with his first.
The Cabra guys are loving it.
Intensity from the Cabra squad as they come down. Cahill chased it. Yes, fist in the air. One shot for the for Cabramatta.
He's just snuck around. Got a little feather. Run in beautifully. Well, Lee Schreiner. Imagine me playing some sort of weight, whether that's full-blooded or just over.
Yeah, the shot's on. He's going to come for a look, and well, he should take his time and give himself the best opportunity for some kind of score. Because every point is hugely important with 3 ends to go, and in a 2-shot game. Just massive. You can feel it from in here. The crowd is, they all look intense. It's lots of tension around the ground. Absolutely. Everyone leaning forward in their chairs if they're on one. Stepping up on their toes. And a big bowl here coming from the Raymond Terrace skipper of Lee Schreiner.
Well, he wants to arrive and just get something. He's got the jack. That'll be good enough for what he wanted.
They're not sure.
Well, Raymond Terrace turned it round, picked up a 4. How'd bounce?
That's monstrous over there that's the Cody Packer rink, as I've been calling it.
2 in front, 2 behind, 2 in front.
This is a
2 to go
contest. Incredible.
Oh, Carl Healy. I think if he can play this, he sets his side up. If not, Terrace go into the last end, 3 in front, possibly more with Trainer 1 bowl to come.
Yeah, talk about a grandstand finish. This is it. This the Cabramatta bowlers in front of me are from the rink that just finished, hands on their heads, watching hard.
Then not coming back. I think he was looking for a little bit of contact on the shot bowl or even the jack. The other question from trainer is, do I want to play this? Does he just go, you know what, one will do? And that's what Jason Stokes said to him. We get one, we leave them the job to protect the three.
That's exactly right. Look, one shot is monstrous. Look, they're scoring big on the other two rinks. There's fours going everywhere. It's 41 shots in 20 ends is averaging just slightly over 2 an end. Fours are possible, but you'd prefer to be defending 3 than 2, and certainly you don't want to drop any shots. The risk is there, but it looks like he's going to go back and play it.
Well, I think it's not a bad idea. Play it, be a safe line on the draw, just try and just get around Jesse Norona's bowl on the forehand side. It's a foot short. You finish wide by half that distance, you're in. And you'd be 57, 53 up with 1 to play. And he's done it.
Oh, wow. 2 shots to Raymond Terrace there. Fantastic. And that's the game on that rink. And wow, in the context of the big board, it's a big effort now from the Raymond Terrace bowlers on their last end on the next rink. Sorry, Cabramatta. My apologies. They've got to get into the 4 to tie it up. It could be. And they have been scoring 4s. Oh, but that's just that bowl just sitting next to Jack there.
There is just one. That was Ian Lean. There is a downside from 2 Newcastle sides being in the final, that the Novocastrians will be insufferable for 12 months. So we have maybe 20 minutes of this game left, or maybe a bit more if the Cabra can finagle a 4.
This is not many bowls to go, I can assure you. Not a lot of room there to find a 4. Stranger things have happened, and this is why we love our sport. Make no mistake, this is doable, and there's been as we mentioned, there's been at least 3 4s scored on that rink just in the last half hour. So if you look around the ground, there are both teams clustered in front of us right now. So it's going to be hard for us to actually see the scoreboard. Pam will get up soon and move all these players off the green. They're not meant to be there.
Yeah, maybe not. Don't know. I can't see Pam running out to make anyone move.
So I can't. I'll just stand up, I think, and see if I can see over their heads. We are a bit higher than the players. So it's definitely just the 1 to Raymond Terrace right now, but that 1 will be enough.
Raymond Terrace would be happy to concede a 3.
Correct. Because scoreline doesn't actually matter as long as they...
you may as well win by 1 as win by 50.
Mm-hmm.
50 might be a bit more comfortable, but...
It's really good looking around up and down the club, people standing right up against the glass. Interest everywhere in these bowls. As that one shoots past Jack.
Well, do I dare declare a winner now?
Oh, goodness, it'd be pretty tough to get a 4, but go on. Take the risk.
No, because if Cabramatta do get a 4, then they'll have the tar and feathers ready for me in the Newcastle area. But I'm just wondering, the thing is, for Cabramatta,
slow.
Those 2 bowls in front, well, that actually might help Cabramatta.
Well, yeah, but they're holding 2 shots at the moment, Raymond Terrace.
Yeah, it might help them because it makes a bigger target. You might see the big drive come out to try and kill this end, start again. That front one, if you can bang it straight onto the jack, it would probably squeeze out to the side.
Well, Cody Packer with it all to do here. Big discussions.
Well, what do we get Bowie to play?
Really intense discussions here, as there should be. There's a lot on the line. A berth in the final of the Grade 1 Pennants, brought to you by BCiB and Foster Bowling Club Group. And just the intensity is quite really powerful. The lineup of Cabra and Raymond Terrace bowlers here. And thanks to our great camera work by our production team here. They're doing really well, keeping us up to date, moving across rinks.
We do see the running shot.
Interest from the Cabra bowlers.
Has turned that head around.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit. We can't see through the players, but it looks... Cody Packer picks that one up out of the ditch.
It's one. I don't know which way because I can just see the orange bowl with a blue disc on it, and the whitish bowl behind has the multicoloured Raymond Terrace. So they're the two closest. So it's only one at this stage. Now, Matt Bouse, he'd be saying, how do I make sure they can't change this head in our favour?
Oh, big shot. Oh, that's just bumped in one of the front ones. Hasn't quite carried through. Probably, if it's laying like I suspect it is, it may block that Packer shot. There's no... I can't see a kill on without a big pinball movement of the jack somewhere. I don't know. They're looking at each other, shaking their heads. May have to be the kill.
Then your issue with the kill is, how do we get him to do it? Well, they're going to try for the cannon. There'll be weight through the pack on the side, hoping to spring the bowls across.
Yeah, he's got...
It's not as big a weight as I thought it would be.
Still got intent, but it certainly hasn't crashed through. Cody Packer's good on a run. Oh, he's bashed Jack around. Look, that pinball movement I was talking about. And Cabra's got one.
Yeah, the Picasso bowl at the back there is Bailey Medis.
One's not enough.
They need four. They need four to force all of our players back out onto the green for a one end per rink shootout. Matty Bouse, what can he do? And this is one of the tough times to pick a shot to play is, what do I do? What do I cover? Where do I put it so that I'm not giving my opponent another shot to play?
Well, that's interesting. So It's almost a bare jack there now. It's tough for Cabra. I can't see it happening here. There's a lot of advice from really experienced players here on the sideline. Carl Healy and Aaron Wilson come around the back to have a look.
And the other problem he's got is it's very close to the ditch.
That's what, yeah, it's hard.
You're trying to kill it.
It's tough. It's a tough kill. All of the Cabra bowlers having a really good look. Alan Ryan and Karen Murphy there, sitting just to the left, also pointing out and having advice is no time limit on this game, so they'll be standing there for a bit with having a really good look.
The longer they stand there, the more indecision you're going to have, I think.
Oh, yeah, there's some...
Although I'm pretty sure Cody Packer will go to the mat with just, I need to do this, on his mind.
Cody Packer's a brilliant bowler, but I can't see him finding 4. He's got to nail the jack.
Oh, he's got a Hail Mary shot, really.
It is a Hail Mary. Absolutely correct. Well put.
I think the longer this...
Well, Cody heading back to the mat now, but you're right, that discussion went on a long time. There's a lot of input, lots of different players, and maybe some of it a little unwelcome.
There's a hell of a lot on the line.
And, yep, everything on the line.
How big will he go is the big question. He's not going huge.
No, not huge. It's certainly got some intent, though. I can't see a thing except for there. He's hit the front bowl. One to Cabra. And Raymond Terrace have beaten Cabra Matabulance. The Jets are through to the final against Soldiers Point.
It was a 2. So Carl Healy ends up with a 20 shots to... Sorry, Cody Packer ends up with a 23-20 victory. But 2 was 2 not enough. So we do thank you for joining us for this morning's game. We hope to see you back in around about half an hour or so. We expect to be back probably 10 to 1 for the 2022-23 BCiB Open State Pennant Final in Grade 1 between Raymond Terrace and Soldiers Point. We look forward to your company. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Andrew. What a great game that was.
Yep, and we hope for an even better game this afternoon.